Hello, hello, hello. It's Don with Sonoran Mystic Tarot, and I am back again. Today I'm flying solo, so you get solely me, nobody else. But that's a good thing because I'm in a mood to have a conversation as well as do readings. So welcome in as you pop in. It's good to see everybody. Some come in and say, hey, hello. I can't even speak. Hello, Lalima. Nice to see you in. Hey, Christina, nice to see you in as well. Happy 4th of July to those who celebrate the 4th in the U.S. And if you're outside and abroad and you still want to join in the celebration, you're welcome to do so. It's a good day. It's a day in which we made 240, is it 8 years now? Yeah, 248 years. Lord have mercy. It was an experiment that has been a long time in the making, and it's been interesting. It's been interesting. We've been through it. We've been through it, to say the least. And the last few years have been definitely trying and testing everything that was created a long time ago, but we are still standing strong, and that's a good thing. So again, anybody out there who is celebrating the 4th of July, happy 4th of July from me to you. I'm hoping that everybody's having good weather today. I heard there's some heat domes here, there, and everywhere else. And of course, I understand that there are another hemisphere, and that hemisphere is having winter. But at the same time, Lord have mercy, we tend to have embraced summer here all too strongly. It's supposed to be like 114 or something today here in Phoenix and Scottsdale. So wish us luck so we don't melt. But I will tell you what, after having two months of this, when you get 2 months of this extreme heat, then you get 9 to 10 good months of very good weather. It is worth it. It is worth it. You learn to go from car to house to car to store to car to job to car to house, and you bounce in between air conditioning and you learn how to deal with it. It's kind of like if you live in a cold climate, because I used to live in a cold climate as well. And so in the wintertime, you learn to go from a warm house into a cold car that got warm quickly, and sometimes not so quickly. And then you jumped into another warm building and a warm. So it's the same kind of situation. But I'll take our 9 to 10 months of an amazing weather where we can sit out and not have to deal with extreme anything. And of course, not much rain. So that's a good thing. Of course, we don't have a lot of green, but that's a whole different story too, because we are in the Sonoran Desert. So I don't know if you all have been to Arizona, but Arizona is a very unique state. In the state of Arizona, we are the only state that has 4 specific deserts. We cross over into our state. Some of the deserts carry on through to different states as well, but we have 4 very distinct and specific deserts in Arizona. And therefore, we get to see what true desert living can be, but we also get to see why there is no one desert. There is no one idea of desert, because in the Sonoran Desert, where we live here in the Phoenix and the Valley and in Scottsdale and so forth, it's a wetter desert, and then there's some very dry desert. And so the Northeast we have desert, the Northwest we have desert, and then the South we have desert as well. We have again 4 different and distinct kinds of desert climates. But that makes this state quite amazing. Also, we are blessed to have some really fascinating things that grow out of a desert environment. And then we also, so we have certain animals that are somewhat unique to us. And then we have also some plants and cactuses and succulents that are unique to us. So it took me a long time to get to the fact where I could see the beauty in the desert, because I was so used to growing up around green. And so when I first moved here, brown was the color of the day. And you're like, Lord have mercy, is there no life here? But after you start seeing and understanding the desert, and you understand that nature comes in many colors, you realize that, wow, holy moly, this is fascinating. And to see how difficult it is to survive in the desert. I mean, I was just in Maryland and West Virginia. I had an aunt who passed, and so I went to visit her, to go to the funeral and do my respects. But it's fascinating. Deer everywhere, green everywhere, deer everywhere. Too much deer. I actually hit a deer while I was there. And with my car, thank goodness the deer popped up and ran on. And my car didn't. My car wasn't as happy because it took a serious dent. But anyway, but the interesting thing is that there was so much life, but it's easier. It's easier because there's so much green, there's so much water, there's so much whatever. So for them, it was abundant. And yet you come out here and in the desert, you realize that this life form, they've had to fight. It's a harder life for them. It's a fight, but they adapted. and they adapted and learned how to survive in a desert. And so when you see the coyotes are lean and are skilled at what they do. You know, you have the javelinas who are nearsighted, and so if they can't see from a distance, they can't see from a distance. Period. But if they can't see and understand what it is, sometimes they get aggressive. It's because they have to be protected because they are just big boars. They're big pigs, but they're and they can be aggressive. They're very aggressive. Then you have all the different species. You have the black widows. You have the scorpions. You have the rattlesnakes. You have other snakes. You have the king snakes who eat the rattlesnakes. It's phenomenal. It's amazing what it is that that has been created, how the animals have adapted to their environment and they survive still. And again, with limited water, limited resources, but they get through, which is fascinating. So when next time you're thinking about desert and you think about the Saharan desert and where it's just miles and miles and miles of sand, that's not the only kind of desert there is. There are all kinds of deserts, and we are blessed here in the United States to have a lot of desert land. And then, of course, here in Arizona, we are blessed with the Grand Canyon, which is, I point this way because it's north of us, and it is an amazing thing to see. Now, I do feel like when I think about the Chevy Chase movie, Vacation, summer vacation, whatever vacation, and where they drive to the canyon, they get out, they look and go, yeah, and they're looking around, and okay, back in the car, because it is fascinating to see, but it's I'm not somebody who can stand and just gawk at it for hours. It doesn't work for me that way, but it is fascinating to see, because it is a massive hole in the ground, and it is amazing to see how it goes on forever. And it goes a mile down, it drops a mile down. It's pretty fascinating. And you can have the trails and you can do the walking and those kind of things, but it's quite fascinating. So here in Arizona, again, we have learned to appreciate how much Mother Nature has blessed us, even though we tend to, from outside to thinking, damn, you guys are cursed. And we are cursed with water, limited water, but even that Mother Nature has provided. So it's fascinating. We have something called Montezuma as well, and it is north of the valley and is on the way to Flagstaff. And Montezuma as well puts out 1 million gallons a day, and it pumps that water, and it's a natural well, and it pumps the water out because it's water pressure, and then it comes down and then goes underground, and we have underground rivers that eventually bring it closer to the valley, and then that water is brought back up through aqua systems and aquifers that were built by the Native Americans before we even came, and have been since improved and added to get the water to the valley. And so unlike a lot of places that you'll see in the east, in the west, you will see our water supply flowing like concrete rivers is what they look like. And that's our water supply. It is right there for everyone to see. And it's kind of impressive. But again, you learn to adapt. And man has learned to adapt. Man has learned to adapt to their environment as well. And that's what we do. So, well, I guess you're here to get some readings, and I'm here to give you some. How are you doing? I like your glasses. Thank you, Sierra. I appreciate that. Hannah, welcome in. Tina, welcome in. Rachel, welcome in. Myra Burgess, welcome in. Myra, haven't seen you in a while. Leanne, nice to see you. As you guys know, I've been off for a while. I had an illness, and I just took the legs out from under me. Hey, Shelly, nice to see you in. Andrea, nice to see you in. Christina, Lalima. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been on. I was out for the illness, and then for my aunt's funeral and some other things. And so this is the first day back after quite a while. So I kind of feel like a home week, and so it's good to see you guys pop in and say hello. Oh, geez. Where do we start? I'm telling you what, I feel like I've missed so much because so much has happened. Have you noticed, folks, that things seem to be happening so much faster now? It's like the world has been put on fast forward, and we're just buzzing through things, and it's like the world is kind of chaotic. But is that the new norm? I don't know. And I think part of it could be the 24-hour news cycle, because they're always trying to find something to create a drama about, because that draws eyes or whatever. I don't know. But the reality is no matter what is happening around you, folks, no matter what's happening around you, remember that you control your environment. You can control your environment. There are certain things that are out of your control. We know that. But remember, you can control your environment. That's what this book is all about. Remember, it's The Ultimate Power Within. The Ultimate Power Within is the book that I wrote. Again, available on Amazon. Please check it out. Again, it talks about how when the world is going crazy, when you think that you have no control, or you have limited control, when you think that you are you are not able to make a difference, or the things that you do aren't getting through. Remember that if you start with the process that you are your inner goddess, which is what this person is right here, okay, and your inner goddess tells the universe, this is your chakras, and this is you telling your universe what it is you want from the universe, and you believe strongly that you deserve it. You tell the universe you want it. You act to make the universe deliver it to you. Don't be surprised if indeed the universe does deliver, which is what this is. So as you can see, when I created this image, when I made this image, I created it to say a specific thing. And if you look at the book title, and if you've read the book, you will see that this image is specifically saying exactly what the whole concept of the book is. It starts with us, our inner goddess, our inner being, and that strength that comes within to send to the universe and say, hey, I'm telling you, I'm not asking, I'm telling you, this is what I've deserved. This is what I've earned. This is what I want. This is what I need. I've got my stuff together. I've been through it. Now I want you to deliver to me because I'm working on it too. And together, you and I, you as in the universe, me as my person, are going to create what it is I want. I'm telling you what it is. And the universe says, you know what? We're going to give it back to you. So again, the cover alone tells the story that is in that book. If you haven't had a chance, please check it out. I think you'll be happy to have had the opportunity. That book is now on audio as well as an ebook, and then it is soft cover and hardcover, all available on Amazon. And again, it reminds us, it's a constant reminder, and it's what I've been saying for years to you guys, is that it starts with us, it ends with us. So yeah, the world can be crazy, things can be on fire or whatever else, but if you make your life and your world and your universe and your environment a safe, protected, comfortable space, you can weather the storms that are coming around you, because again, you build your environment. And so yeah, you get bad news. Well, you get bad news. But how do you handle it? It's not the news you get. It's not the things that are thrown at you. It's not the world that's crashing around you. That's not what defines who you are. What defines who you are is generally how you handle those things. Okay, so as you are confronted with things in your life, as you sit back sometimes and let the world come to you, that is not working to your advantage, and therefore, what you should say is, okay, what can I do? Go on the offense is what you can do. And that's, again, what the book is about, going on the offense and saying, this is what I want now. Okay, I've let it go your way. I've let you have the opportunity to try to work to my advantage, and it hasn't worked. So I'm taking control now. And then you take control by, again, telling the universe what you want, and then start doing the things to move that process forward. That is the other key about this, is when you use affirmations, when you use things, when you say to the universe what you want, don't just sit there now and say, okay, I've said it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just wait and I'm going to see what's going to happen. Well, guess what? That too does not work. That does not work. Okay. You have got to work to make that happen as well. You got to put the things in motion. You've got to put yourself and help to set yourself up and to move yourself forward along with the universe. The universe will align with you, but you've got to be doing the work too. You can't just say, I want this. You're not a child. We're not children. And so we don't say, oh, I want this, and then it comes to us. That's long since gone. So what we do is we tell the universe, this is what I want. This is where I'm headed. Come along with me. Help me make this possible. And again, it's a collaborative experience. All right. Let's see. Oh, Don, can you tell if my aura needs healing? Cleared, love of reading. Thank you. Love your book. Can you, that's all, Myra. Let me read this again, because, oh, Don, can you tell if my aura needs healing? Cleared. Love a reading. Thank you. And Myra, I'll give you a reading. And Myra, the most important thing you can do for your chakras and your aura is to make sure that you're spending 5 minutes a day with yourself and spending you're good. I got it. Just had to reread it a few times. We're good, Myra. And you just have to make sure you spend about 5 minutes a day with yourself and center yourself. Bring yourself some peace. Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate that. She said she got an Amazon gift card for her birthday and knows exactly what she's going to use it for. I appreciate that. Anyway, so the thing that I would suggest to you is that you is do the candle exercise, Myra. Do the candle exercise. Everybody, I'm going to go over this with you real quick so you can understand it. Say this is a tapered candle. Again, you want a tapered candle. You don't want a big, massive candle. The candle is not the point in this exercise, because the candle is merely a facilitator to the growth growth and development you're going to experience from it. What I would do is if you're having trouble focus, if you're having trouble connecting to the universe, if you're having trouble connecting to spirit, or if you're just having trouble focusing on life itself, or how you can shut the voices down, how you can ask the universe to again, to be quiet for a few minutes. This is the way to do it. This seems to be, again, one of the most productive ways I've seen, and so much feedback on how it's worked for people. So what you do is you take a tapered candle like this. Of course, it'll be on a base of some kind, and you would be in a darker space. Make sure the room is in a dark space. You don't want distractions. Okay. I would set an alarm on your phone, but I would make sure I set the phone away from you, and I would not pay attention to what time it is. I would just wait for the alarm, but I wouldn't pay attention to wondering, is it 5 yet? Is it 4 minutes yet? Is it 3 minutes yet? Is it 2 minutes? Don't do that. Don't, again, divorce yourself from the technology, okay? A quiet space, and it's in the book. I'm almost certain I'm almost certain it's in the book. Anyway, so you take quiet space, light your candle, and what I want you to do is stare at the flame. Key, stare at the flame, not the candle, not anything else. Focus on the flame. As you watch the flame, the first 2 to 3 days, this will be the most frustrating and difficult exercise you've ever done. Okay, and I don't mean to dissuade you from doing it, but I want you to be prepared. This is not an easy exercise. It sounds so simple. Oh, I can light a candle and I can watch a flame. No, you can't. You'll be surprised. Because after about 15 seconds, you're thinking it's about a minute and a half. When's the timer going to go off? Oh, what do I have to do? When I get done this, what am I doing? And all the different things that you are trying to divorce your mind from in the moment by focusing on the flame, you are now letting rush back into your head. So what I'm saying is the first day or 2 or even 3 can be an absolute frustration, because you are having a conflict with your brain and your spirit and your determination come in conflict with each other, because they don't want to surrender. And what you have to do is say, no, it's time to surrender. We're going to do this. So again, light the flame, watch the flame, focus on the flame. If you feel compelled to go into questions, then let your mind wander on the flame itself. Wow, how tall is that flame? How short is that flame? How wide is that flame? If it's brighter, does that mean it's hotter? If it's blue, does that mean it's not so hot? If it's red, what does it mean? Whatever you want to do, make sure that the entire experience is about the flame, not the room, not the candle, not the clock, not anything, but the flame. After the first 2 days, generally speaking, your mind starts actually paying attention to the flame. And you stop asking the questions, because now your mind is finally saying, okay, I'm surrendering to this. I get this. We're good. We're in the groove. We're good. And you're watching the flame, and it's flickering a little bit, which is kind of nice. And all you do for 5 minutes each day, again, do it for 7 days. You'll be amazed. And you're going to do it more than 7 days. But again, by the 7th day, you should really have a better handle on what this is doing for you. As you focus on that flame, and until that the alarm goes off, the flame is anything and everything in the world to you, and shut out everything else. And as other things come in, shut them down. Shut them down. Say, nope, flame. Nope, flame. Nope, flame. I got it. Nope, flame. Don't you want it? I got a flame. Nope, flame. Again, the flame becomes everything. What happens is you're learning to control your impulses. You're learning to control all of the things that would distract you. You're learning to control all of the things that jump in the way, because you, again, have yet to learn how to control the mind, and now you are. So now you're telling your mind, you're giving your mind some parameters and saying, for this 5 minutes, you're doing nothing more than look at a flame. Nothing more than analyze a flame. Nothing more than live your life through a flame. And I will tell you again, the first 2 days are hard, and then it gets easier and easier. By the 5th to 6th day, you're really getting it. And all of a sudden you're realizing, damn, I can shut my mind down. Now you have flipped the script on your mind, and you are now controlling your mind instead of your mind controlling everything that you do and every impulse. Now the impulses are contained, and you are controlling the mind, and you turn the mind on. You said, hey, we're doing this morning. or we're not doing this morning. We're doing this, we're not doing this. And you will be surprised. By the seventh day, don't be surprised if while you're looking at the candle, you see maybe an image. You may even see a face. You may see something, or you may see nothing. It may take longer. But don't be surprised when you are spending that much time with the candle, 5 minutes a day, as I said, the same time each day. Don't be surprised if you start getting messages, if you start getting things that do not come from you. And what do I mean with that? Is that if you are somebody who's open to spirit, if you're somebody open to getting messages from the other side, and somebody getting messages even from your subconscious, those things might bubble up, and all of a sudden you're gonna get a message, that receive a message, not get a message, bad English. You're gonna receive a message, and you know it's not yours. You know it wasn't created by you because of the way in which it was given to you. Maybe it's the syntax, maybe it was the use of vocabulary, maybe it was something else. But you know that I wouldn't say it that way. That's not my way of talking. That's not my way of thinking. That's not my way of producing and processing things. That's when you know that you're now reaching a higher level and you are talking to spirit and spirit's talking back to you. Sometimes don't be surprised if in the candle, in the flame, or beyond the flame, you see a movement and you see a face, maybe a brief flash of a face. That's probably a loved one has been wanting to come in, who's been wanting to talk to you, who's been wanting to have that communication with you, but has not had the opportunity because you could not quiet your mind. And when you are having all this craziness going around you and it's always occupying the mind, it shuts you out from receiving or understanding what's coming from the other side. And now, since you spent 5 to 7 days of quieting the mind and learning how to quiet the mind, all of a sudden now that spirit can now talk to you because it can cut through all the noise. And cuts through all the noise. And now it reaches out to you. And so it may be just a brief image. And it's like, and you may have been in a moment or a time where you're missing somebody, maybe somebody's anniversary of their death or maybe their birthday, but yet they're on the other side. And then you see their face flash and you're like, oh, they're here with me. They've come through to say that that they know that I'm celebrating with them. Or don't be surprised if you again get messages or you even hear. That one will shock you. It's interesting how the visual is one thing. The visual is one thing because we always discount what we see sometimes. Well, often we discount what we see. We see it, but we don't see sometimes what we think we see. Kind of that deal, right? But when you're sitting in a room and it is quiet, because this will be the situation when you do this experiment, this exercise. When you're sitting in a room and it is quiet, and all of a sudden you hear a voice, yeah, you're going to be shocked. You're going to, what? It's like, it's going to shock you more so than seeing an image. Because again, for some reason, we're okay with seeing, but the hearing is shocking. And so the first time that happens, the first few times it happens, if it happens, you will be shocked. Know that that's the case, but get over it quickly. And then learn to listen to what they say. After you get over the shock, learn to say, okay, next time I'm going to handle that a little differently, and I'm going to listen to what it is they said, and then I'm going to respond. Okay. And so when they do ask you a question or when they do make a statement, make sure that you listen to it. Make sure that you hear it, because what happens sometimes we get messages and we don't hear what we want to hear. We don't hear what they're asking. And so then we hear it and like, oh, well, but they wanted to know this. No, they didn't. They told you clearly what they wanted to know. It's just that you found yourself in a situation where you wanted to hear something different. So tell them what it is you ask them, what it is they ask them to clarify if you need to, if they weren't clear enough, and then go ahead and respond. And don't be surprised if a dialogue opens. They are often there because they're giving you a message, or they're giving you confidence, or they're giving you a little bit of love because maybe you need a little bit of love. They may be there because they're sharing news that's coming toward you, something maybe good that's coming toward you that they want you to be prepared about. They may be telling you, hey, there's a decision coming. I want you to be prepared to make the right decision. So this is what we're going to give you. There's so many different alternatives to what they could be there for. But the point is they're there to give you a message. And so listen closely, okay? And also sometimes they will dialogue with you. So if you throw it back at them and say, hey, what do you mean by that? Or this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? Don't be surprised again if they respond. Okay. So do this exercise. Again, take a tapered candle. Make sure that it's quiet in the space. Make sure that it just sits there on a base or whatever. Light it 5 minutes a day same time every day for at least 7 days. If you don't have 7 days to give me, if you can't give me 5 minutes a day for 7 days, don't even do the exercise, because again, the first few days are lost because our mind is not going to go easily into the night, allowing us to have more control over it. It really fights. But you light the candle, you focus only on the flame, and for 5 minutes a day, nothing more. You have the technology is nowhere. It's not distracting. It's only an alarm somewhere that sets off a trigger at 5 minutes, and you focus on that flame and the flame only. And after the first few days, you're going to be able to quiet the voices, because now you're getting them under control, making sure you're shutting down. You're not focusing on anything but the flame. Anytime anything comes in your mind, you go back to the flame. Flame, 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 flame. And after the first few days, you see your mind is quieting. After the fourth or fifth day, you see how much easier it is to get the mind quiet. This is the cool part is that after the first few days, all of a sudden, instead of you struggling with getting to the flame and focusing on the flame, all of a sudden your mind quickly goes there. And then don't be surprised that if you do this for a week or 2 or 3, depending on how much you need, don't be surprised that after 2 or 3 weeks, you can easily shut your mind down now without even having the flame, without the candle. You can because now you have control of your mind, and you've gotten to that point where you know how to do it, and it's very instinctive, and you're like, okay, I know how to do this. Boom. And instantly the mind shuts down and you can control it. That's when, again, that takes you to a whole different level where you can ask the universe so much more and they will talk to you. You can ask your spirit guides, your family members who've crossed over, and they will talk to you too. So give that exercise a try and come back. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Tell me, hey, that didn't work so well, or hey, I need to work on this, or I did this and this, and I will ask you what's the process. We'll walk through it together, and I can try to help you find where maybe you're not quite getting it as where you're not using it to its full extent. Okay, its full benefit. So please come on back and tell me how you used it. Was it effective? What was the process you used? If you needed to tweak it some more, and we can tweak it. It's kind of like affirmations. When you do affirmations are amazing because, again, remember, they're personal and they're positive, and they have to be yours. If you have to own them. So you write the affirmations, but because you wrote the affirmation doesn't mean that it fits perfectly yet. And so when you test the affirmation, it's kind of the same thing with the candle thing. You have to test it and get a feel for it. And okay, it's like, okay, well, that doesn't really feel quite right. I don't get the vibe that I'm looking or expecting. That means the affirmation probably isn't quite yet written to what it is you want to do. And again, it's a part of that control thing. So then you tweak it, and you tweak the affirmation, and you tweak the affirmation to be specific, to be personal, to be positive. And when you get it right, and then you put it out there, you're like, ooh, I feel that. I feel good about that. I feel a good energy about that. So the affirmations have the same kind of impact in that regard. When you're doing them, you'll know they're right. When you do the candle exercise, and you'll feel it, you'll know you're doing it right. You're getting the benefit from it. And there are times where I will go back and do the candle exercise. Just because there's times where I can't quiet. There are times where I cannot quiet the mind quite to what I used to, and because I'll have so much going on, and I'm like, okay, back to the candle. It's my reminder. It's my refresher course. So you're never too long out from the candle to use it again and again and again. And it's like an old friend. The candle is like an old friend. When you come back to it, man, you take back quickly to it, and you're thinking, oh, this feels good. Because I can tell you this, if you are somebody like me whose mind's always running, I can't shut it down. I often have it going crazy. When you have all that going around, and then you get that moment of shh, quiet. Did you hear that? The silence? Silence. It's like, holy crap. It's so needed, and you rejoice in that silence. Okay, that silence is important. So so give that a try. Okay, the candle exercise. It's and breathing is important, by the way. I should have included that. Breathing is important. When you are doing the candle exercise, make sure that you are cognizant of your breaths. One of the first things to do as you get into the candle exercise is what I call a 5-5-5. Okay, you breathe in for 5, you hold it for 5, you release for 5. You breathe in for 5, hold for 5, release for 5. By doing that, do it at least 3 to 4 times, and pay attention to the 5 and pay attention to your hearing the breathing in, you're hearing the breathing out. Because again, by us paying attention to our breath, by us paying attention to what we're doing, it helps us again to alleviate all the other noise, and then again, it helps us to connect to that flame more. So 5-5-5-4-5 again. So 5 in, 5 out, 5 in, 5 hold, 5 out, 5 times. And then at that point, stop focusing on the breath but continue to breathe, and then focus on the flame. And that'll help you. It gets a long way. Okay. So with that said, let's get to some readings. Okay. Class dismissed when it comes to this. But again, if you try those experiments, and let me know how they work, because again, they should work for everybody. I've yet to hear somebody who it didn't work for. I've had people who said it took longer, because some people, again, their minds are super strong and do not want to surrender, or they are in a situation where they haven't prepared their space properly. But again, when you do that, it'll work. Hello, Pamela. Nice to see you in, my dear. Nice to see you in. So while we get rolling, I'm going to pop up the infamous QR code for the book that I've just been talking about. But again, remember, the book only serves you well if you're, what's interesting, there you go. The book only serves you well if you read it and you follow it. Okay. So if you have not yet bought the book, please check it out. It's The Ultimate Power Within, Unleashing the Magic of Affirmations. It's on Amazon, available in Audible, and also an ebook, as well as the hard copy and the soft copy. So it's time to get to the playtime. Playtime is giving people readings. I'm going to pop over and I'm going to look at who came in, when they came in, whatever the situation. As you guys know, I don't make a list. I tend to avoid lists because I tend to instead go to who I'm drawn to. Often, if you make a list, people leave, and then I have to play the game of, oh, are you here? Are you here? Are you here? I'm not playing the are you here game. I want to know you are here when I'm ready. I will ask the question, but I move on quickly, because there are people who are sticking around, who are here, and who will willingly get a reading. So if you do want a reading, then let me know. So this is I guess let's call this a fresh start. From this point forward, if you'd like a reading, let me know. And again, if you want a general reading, please, it's just say general. If you want a specific, don't say specific. Give me the question. Okay. All right. Lalima got 2 job offers, one from Messina and one from Mr. Hospital, MRR Hospital, I guess what it says. Confused between which one, pick the clinic, which open to. Okay, Lalima, what I'm going to do is I will not answer your question for you. I will answer the question. Well, that's not clear. It's not true. I will help you answer the question, but I want you to help yourself answer the question. Lalima, you have an amazing ability, but sometimes you shut it down and you don't listen to you. So Lalima, do me a favor. If you have a necklace on right now, or if you have some bangles, on, take a bangle that you feel most drawn to, or take the necklace off. Or if you're somebody who has a pendulum, then get the pendulum. But what I want you to do, Lalima, and I want everybody to understand what we're doing here. This is a pendulum exercise. We all have jewelry. We all have jewelry of some kind. And we all have jewelry that some of us are connected to for whatever reason. Sometimes it could be somebody who has passed over, who gave it as a gift. Sometimes it's a wedding ring. Sometimes it's whatever. Sometimes it's a graduation thing, or it's a celebration of the 16th birthday, or whatever it is. That jewelry has power, and that powerful jewelry can help you to answer quick questions for yourself, like Lalima's facing here, especially when you have a 2-choice situation. What I'd like you to do, Lalima, is take a necklace, or take your bangles if you have bangles and not a necklace. Take something, and if you have a bangle is like a little bracelets, I call them bangles. You can take that and put it on a string. Do whatever it is, and take your ring off. Your ring is perfect. Put it on a string, and it dangles. Let me see if I have something here. Let me see. Just the kind of thing. This is a cord. Electronic cord, right? Now I've got a pendulum. Because the ring has a lot of my power in it, I have a pendulum. So I hold that pendulum up. And then I ask a question. I ask a question that I know the answer to. It's got to be yes or no, right? So I'll ask the question that I know is a yes or no answer, and then I will ask the pendulum to start doing its thing, and I will hold it strong. And the thinner the cord, the better it is, but it'll start moving. Okay. I just told myself, I asked myself about my location. Am I at my home? And the thing started moving forward and backwards. That was a yes. Okay. You'll do that once or twice or 3 times, and you will see what a yes is and what a no is. And then once you are ready, you will then ask your question that you really need to answer, because you know what a yes is now and you know what a no looks like. So then you would ask that question, and you would ask the pendulum to give you the answer. And the biggest problem you're going to face is that when you get the answer, if it's not the answer you want, you're not going to be happy with it. And do not be tempted to try to move your hand. Believe me, the item will move itself. So everybody right now, if you have a necklace on at this moment, test this theory. Test this theory. Take it off. If you have a piece of jewelry instead of a necklace and you want to put it on there, or if you know where you can grab quickly and access a piece of jewelry, go get it. Go get it. Let's do this exercise. Again, as I just showed you, I just grabbed the cord. And I took my ring off. Again, the ring has the power in the sense of it has the energy. It carries the energy with me because it's always on me. Okay. It's specific and special to me. And then the same thing. And then when you, again, test the exercise, put it down. And it's amazing how by holding it there, it'll start moving on its own, and I think of what I want. I don't say out. I would strongly suggest if you're doing this at home, speak out what it is you're asking. Make sure that you speak to the universe, because again, everybody's relationship with the people who've crossed over, everybody's relationship with their own spirit guides are different. And I would suggest strongly that for this exercise, generally speaking, I would say speak it out, shout it out. And then once you get that, hey Pam, Franks, how are you? I was gonna say Pam Krause. It's like a long time ago. Anyway, once you get your answer, then you're gonna and then do it over and over again. Get comfortable with it. Get confident with it. Get to know your pendulum. And I'm not saying you're gonna make all your choices based on your pendulum. I'm not saying you're gonna make all your choices based on those kind of things. But what I am saying is, sometimes if you need a little help, if you need a little persuasion, if you need a little bit of a nudging, the pendulum can do that for you. It can give you a little bit of confidence, especially when you start using it to the point where it proves itself often that it's so right. So Pam says I'll answer to either. Absolutely. So anyway, do that exercise. Do that exercise. Give it a try, Lalima. And I'm going to draw a card for you. Lalima, if the card is a coin, let's Lalima, I will, and here she has a necklace. Okay, so Lalima, let me know what you found out. With your exercise, what did you come up with? So Lalima, when you do your exercise, pick which one. Pick one of the 2 options and say, is this the option I should choose? And then once you have that answer, ask the same question of the other option. The chances are they'll not give you the same answer. And then what I want you to do, Lalima, once you have that answer, let me know you have the answer, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull now what I'm getting, and then I want to have a conversation about that, okay? So let me know, Lalima. We don't have a lot of time because I don't want to waste. I don't want to sit here and have people with quiet time. So Lalima, what did you get? What did you get? What did you get? What did you get? Did you get the MRR or did you get the? What was the other one again? I remember MRR and Messina. MRR and Messina. Which one did you get? Which one did you pick up? Anybody else? You can do that, by the way, too. Messina was no for me. MRR, yeah, MRR was yes for me as well. You got the same answer I did. This was the choice. This was the 2, and I asked in the choice which one, and my question was the MRR the correct choice? This is the choice card. Do you see that? That's a 2 of coins, and so this is the choice card, and I asked them to tell me MRR, so the choice card with coins, which is positive, came up. So Lalima, you and I agree on what it is the answer should be. And this card is very clear. It's fascinating that the card I drew out of 78 cards in the tarot deck was the choice card, a choice card. And this is showing you that this is the right choice because of the happiness and connection. And again, when I said this, I said, is MRR the correct choice? And the one card out of 78 was a choice card, positive, and yes, MRR. So there you go. Folks, give it a try. I'm telling you, it can be powerful stuff. It can be powerful stuff, okay? So give it a try. Give this a try often, and again, get comfortable with it, and you'll be surprised. I'm telling you, you'll be so surprised at how amazingly this works. Let me go back a little bit, back to when Lalima asked her first question here. Here we go. Yes, private name. The readings are free. The readings are always free here. I do personal readings, and I do charge for them, and they are not cheap. I will give you a heads up. So if you ever need a private reading or want a private reading, please reach out to me at the email address down below or at sonoranmystictarot.com, and I can arrange a private reading. Those readings run for a long time. They can go over an hour, hour and a half, and we go over anything and everything that you want. So by the time we're done, you feel pretty confident that you've gotten all the answers you need. But they do have a price tag to them. But anything I do here live is free. If you get any, and this is to everyone, if you get anybody who asks you under my name, look at it closely. If somebody's reaching out to you and wanting to do a reading for you, and it says it's mine, it's not. I don't do that. I don't have time in my life, unfortunately, to go out and solicit readings from everybody and anybody. So it's usually not me. Usually they've spelled my name differently. They've used an L instead of an I, or they put a period or a dot someplace. They get very creative, but what they want is your money. So be careful of those folks, because they will come at you. But when they come at you, make sure you're prepared for them, all right? Pamela, thank you for the compliment on the book. I appreciate that very, 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 very much. Can I have a reading? Brittany Kittle. Brittany, yes. Brittany, you are next. Brittany, please confirm you are here. After that, Leanne Garcia. So please confirm that the two of you are here. I'm going to take you both in that order. Brittany and then Leanne, if you guys are here. Spammer. Tina Shelton. Tina, is there a spammer now? Because I don't see them on my radar here. But if you're letting me know that there's one on Facebook, I will look into it real quick. Leanne is here. Brittany, good. Super. Brittany, you'll be first. Let me make sure that I'm not missing a spammer. And again, folks, I try to stay on top of that, but sometimes they... I don't see him on that one. The only two places it would be is Facebook personal or Facebook Sonoran Mystic Tarot. But again, I have not seen a spammer up yet, but that doesn't mean they don't come, because they will come. Oh, it's interesting. There we go. Let's see here. What do we have here? Anybody? Yeah. I don't see spammers either. If again you see a spammer, let me know. Okay, and keep me informed. I'd appreciate it. Brittany, do you have a specific question, or are we talking in general? You and Angie randomly told me I was having a girl. You guys were right. Absolutely. Yep. And congratulations. This is number 2. Is this number 2, Brittany? Brittany. You knew someone was newly pregnant in one of your lives. Exactly. Sometimes you get crazy that way. General, super. Well, it's interesting. I'm getting that you've been going through a struggle, and you had a lot of stuff on your plate, and finally you're getting a little bit of a respite from that. I'm going to pop off 1 second over here to the captions and remove the QR code, because it's a bit, it's there. You all saw it. You know what it means. You know what it is. So let's get back to it. Again, also, folks, if you haven't connected to me on YouTube yet, please do so. Please go on to YouTube. If you haven't set an account yet, if you haven't set up an account yet, please feel free to do so. This is that. Darn, this computer's running kind of slow. There we go. This is the thing. Anyway, the point is Brittany, this is a good card. This is telling you that the struggle you've been going through for quite a while is finally coming to an end. You're putting things to rest. It's like you're letting go of some of your past. Your past has really been haunting you for quite a while. And things keep popping up, and you keep paying prices on things that happened in the past. But to know that those finally are coming to an end, you're putting those to rest, and now it's time to move forward. This is the Ace of Cups. So you're moving. You're leaving, and I'm going to put this one back over here because it was first. Okay. So again, you're leaving from a time where again a lot of stuff was happening to you, a lot of stuff was hitting you, and things that were somewhat in your control, things that you had set to motion when you were younger, and they kind of revisited upon you, and they just kept coming back over and over, but they're finally coming to an end, and you're entering a much happier cycle. And not only that, but you're more patient now. You've learned patience over time. If nothing else, that's probably one of the biggest lessons you've learned is patience, and learning to help kind of just like realize you can't control everything. And you've learned how to let things go, that it's like, you know what, let go, let God, let go, let God, you know, and that's a good thing for you, because again, man, there for a while you kept getting hit one thing after another, losing more than one family member. I'm getting at least 2 family members have exited over the last year or so, and the sad part is some of them are young. You've lost young people in your life, and that's hard, because it's interesting when you lose a grandparent, and you didn't, at least your grandmother, because I'm picking up her energy, and she's a strong woman. Starts with an E or a P. Is it? Yeah, E or P. Anyway, she's been a strong force in your life, and she's the one person that can tell you pretty much when you cross a line. She's the one who will kind of put you back, and you listen a little bit more than you would everybody else. There's certain people who don't, which is fascinating. And also, are you stronger now with your sister? Because I feel like a bond there has gotten stronger over the last period of time. So I'm getting this very much of a coming back together, of a finding a way to just kind of move on from all the other stuff again. And that's part of the patience part that I got here, and that new beginning, which I'm finding great energy around for you. Let's see what else. The EP, Edna Piles. Okay, good. That's the EP. Okay, because I was picking up both. Yes. And brother-in-law when he died. Yeah, yes. I got, and that the brother-in-law. The brother-in-law is again the younger one, because that one shook you. That one shook you because you're thinking, wait a minute. Young people don't die, and I'm that age, so if they die, I can possibly die. We're 10 foot tall and bulletproof until we wake up to the fact that we're not. Yeah. So and yeah, I get the energy again that you and your sister are kind of really again getting tighter, and that's a good thing. And look at this. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So Brittany, at this point in your life, the universe is looking to you to tell it. Again, go back to my book in that sense. The universe is looking to you to tell it what to do. The universe is looking to you to give it some guidance on where you're headed next. It'll help you it'll help you find the success you're looking for. It'll help you find the peace and so forth, but it's waiting for you. So what I want you to do, Brittany, is I would strongly suggest you doing the tapered candle exercise for the next week or 2. I would strongly suggest 2 weeks. Do the tapered candle exercise 5 minutes a day, dark space, quiet space, all that stuff, and put out to the universe in your mind as you're looking at the candle and you're quieting your mind. Let the universe talk to you and give you some options, give you some ideas, and then I would start listening to the universe. But more importantly, I would also be looking at what is it you want long term. I'm not saying, what I would suggest to you is sit down and start writing. Just start writing whatever comes to your mind, whatever flows through your mind. Start writing it on a piece of paper. And then after you've written for about a minute of whatever words they are, because again, they're coming to you for a reason, I would draw a line and I would say 5 years. I would speak it out, 5 years. And then I would write down whatever comes to mind for another minute. Again, what are the words? Don't be surprised if the words are very different from what you just had, because the present words, the first words were present words. The 5-year words are going to be very different. And then use those 5-year words and figure out, okay, if I'm in the present and these are my words, how can I take those words to get me to those words? Okay. In other words, how can I evolve? How can I move forward? Because this is my feelings. This is my emotions. This is my present. This is where I'm going. And then start using that to your advantage to figure out what it is you want, how you're going to get there, and what steps you need to take. And then once you put those steps into process, the universe will spin that wheel for you and it'll start delivering. So again, it's waiting for you. The universe is waiting for you. And the baby coming, there's no reason. The baby's not the excuse to say, oh, I can put things on hold. No, you can't. The baby is not going to need the want or need you to put things on hold, because what I'm saying is start putting things in process now. The baby is just another aspect of your life. And so make sure that you don't sit back and say, well, I can't do much right now because I'm pregnant or whatever. No. That's not how it works. The pregnancy is part of the process. So include it in the process, But again, 5 years. give yourself first, give yourself a minute of whatever words come into your mind now, and then draw a line, and then set your mindset 5 years, and then spill those words out again and do it. Okay. So let's make sure we get beyond today, we get beyond this month, we get beyond this year, and make sure that we are focusing on 5 years from now and telling universe, this is where I want to be, and start moving toward that. But most importantly, you understanding where you want to be. Because again, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't have an inkling of what you're doing, and you're just kind of floundering, the universe is going to give you floundering, and that's not good, because we have just seen from that 10 of Wands that you've come through it. And so now it's the Ace of Cups, which is the Ace of Happiness. Make sure we do that. And look at this. This is the change. This is the energy of change. You can control it. Again, you can control the change. You should control the change. There has to be change. Make sure that you're controlling that energy of change, okay? Don't dwell on the heartbreak. Don't dwell on what is past. That's not going to help you. Dwelling in the past does not move you forward. All it does is it keeps your feet cemented in the past. So again, change of mind, change of mindset, change of direction, and the world opens up to you. Look at that card. If that's not celebration, then I don't know what is. Okay. So Brittany, great read for you. Fantastic read for you. Take the time. This is the time. This is the day. I'm giving you the clarion call. The clarion call is very strong. The universe wants to deliver to you to help you move forward. You need to join them and help move it forward too. Okay. So it's not just the universe, it's on you as well. Let's get back to the second one. Hopefully it helped you. I think so. What a wonderful read. What a great way to start a reading, huh? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's see who was next. Was Brittany, and then Leanne Garcia. Leanne, was there a specific question or a general question? Leon, general or specific? I don't see either. So, and I'm going back through. Yeah, I know you're here, my darling. Let me know if it's a general question or a specific question. Hello, Keisha, nice to see you in. Hey, Jimmy Johnson, nice to see you in as well. Hey, Julie, nice to see you, and happy 4th to you as well. I tried working with a video. I tried desperately to get a video working today and I could not. I'm like, what? Yep, Myra, I'll put you on my radar screen. I will put you on my radar screen, I promise. Hey, Katie Newkirk, nice to see you in. You're asking me a love question, Arkesha. Do you not know me? Well, what? I will answer your question. But Arkesha, that's Bonnie. That's Miss Bonnie. That's the love goddess on Wednesdays. But I will answer the question, hopefully. We'll see what we get, depending on what is given to me. Hey, Keshin, nice to see you in. Kenshin, is that how you say it? General. Leanne says general. Okay, Leanne. Oh, Leanne, time for a change. Lord have mercy. You need to mark today. You need to set today down and say no more. There is time. You need a change has to happen. This is a death card, and the change is coming. This is you making the change. Now, I'm going to give you a warning here. This is the warning that I have said over and over to so many people. And so I hope you strongly understand this. This is the message about change.
Healing journey. About 2 years ago, my life was like really unmanageable, and I got shut. You know how the universe or God kind of like taps you on the shoulder, you don't listen, kind of gives you a little push, you don't listen, shoves you to your knees, you still don't listen. I got shoved on my ass, and so I needed to really change the way I was living.
So that's the point. If you get the change card, and if you don't make changes, don't be surprised if you get a change and it's not pretty, because again, they're giving you warnings. So you know what I'm talking about. It's time for you to make some changes. It's time for you to get started, and you don't need me to tell you what you need to do. You don't need me to tell you how to do it. You need to do it. You need to take control. And this is going to be a process. It's not a change in the moment and the change will fix everything immediately. No, this is going to be a process. It'll take time to get through the changes, but you have to put some things in order, because again, things are not working the way they need to be, and there has to be some change. So you need to put the change in place, but know that again, that you will get to where you need to be as long as you are moving forward. Okay. And this is think of things from a new way, a new perspective. You need to let some things go that you have been thinking about before. Yeah, it's not working for you. It's not working. Okay, it's not working. So make sure that you bring about some change. Be patient with it. The change is slow, but the change will be seen. And make sure that you're open and embracing to the people around you, that you help them to understand why the change is coming. Make sure you help them to understand what it is you need to do. And if they can't support you in that, then maybe they need to be put on timeout for now. But again, the answers are coming to you. The questions are already there. The answers are coming to you. That'll help you lighten your path. And most importantly, once you put this process in order, it will come to you. The changes will come to you easier, and you will get through this. Okay. So changes, yes, put the changes in place. Make sure that you're moving forward. Do not dwell. Do not dwell on what is. Dwell on what can be. Dwell on what will be. Okay. Draw into you what it is you want. Don't let the universe have to give you something because you're not supporting yourself in that regard, and then they have to give you a little wake up call. Don't let them wake you up, because they'll get you with that 2x4, and Lord knows you will not like it. So let's get to that. Okay. Let's get to that. That's what I'm getting for you, Leanne. Change is now. Change is now. Okay. So set things in motion. Make a list. Make an idea of what it is where you want to go. Right now, if you're floundering is not good. Make sure that you're finding a way to make a movement forward. Let's see. Who was next? Lord have mercy. Pamela, can you tell me how business will be for the next 3 months? Will do. Pamela, it's going to be a burden for a little while. So you're coming through the hardest part of it. You're carrying that load through, but the Queen of Swords is telling you that it is time for you to look at things a little differently. Okay, this is the Queen of Swords. This is where you need to focus on you. You stop focusing on everybody else. This is the time for you focus on you. You focus on your business, and you focus on how you can move your business forward. Okay, so again, this is a time of, okay, y'all had yours, now it's mine. It's my turn. Okay, and make sure that you're doing what you can to get that business out there, folks. If you, Pamela, put up an email address where people can send you. Pamela does amazing t-shirts, folks. And she does she does other things as well. Pamela, I'm going to give you an opportunity to post whatever it is, type it in, and let us know how we can reach you and what we can get and what you do and what you can do. I will also try to find, I think you emailed me or you messaged me some pictures of things that you do. Pamela does great t-shirts. She does great other inspirational things. Make sure that you check her out. But again, and help her business grow. And Pamela, this is that moving forward and just cutting through the crap, cutting through everything, letting nothing slow you down, letting nothing stop you. Because again, a lot of times, other things pop up in front of us, but this is the time for us to be stingy, selfish, and self-centered, because you need that. And in so doing, this is what is coming your way. Okay. And ultimately, you look at this, there's the happiness. This is a celebration. So again, single out yourself, single out this experience right now, and say, you know what, I need to grow my business. That needs to be priority one. The rest of y'all need to give me a break and let me do this. You're going to need about 2 months to do that, Pamela. You need 2 months of focus and growth, and you'll see the prospects coming back to you financially. Okay. So give yourself 2 months of focus, and that'll set you on the path. That'll set you in the right way. Okay. So folks, check out Pamela. Again, Pamela, do me a favor, put in an email address or whatever people can send and get information about what it is you do and how you do it. And this is the one time, again, if you're comfortable with a public email, sending a public email address. I don't want to put you on the spot, but and Pamela's working on a website. She's working on the other things too to help build her business. So make sure that you make sure you reach out to her. And if you're looking for stuff, and if you want some, I'm sure she can work with you on creating other stuff too, which is wonderful. But give this woman love and support, because first of all, she's good people. Secondly, she does great products. Third, she supports everybody here. She comes on and she's always supporting everybody here. And it's like, let's keep the business local. Let's keep the business local to our community. This is our community. These are our family members. This is our family. Another person who just popped in, Jojo, has another business as well. Again, these people are doing wonderful business things, folks. I'm going to do a show soon, And what I'm going to do on that show is I'm going to be a billboard for everybody out there who has a business, everybody out there who's doing something. And what I want to do is I want to be a billboard, and I'm going to take a little bit of time and give a little attention to each of the people who have businesses and give them a little bit of a commercial, even do commercials with them or something. So where we have it out there, and do the whole show focused on us building our own community and how we keep ourselves and help we build ourselves, because that's one thing that we need to do. So Pamela, do me a favor again. If you have information you want to send it, you're comfortable, tell people how to reach you, tell people how you can get, and then you can communicate with them and find ways to make business happen. I'm going to take a break real quick, 1 quick second, and I will be back. So I'm going to put this caption on here for now and be right back. Sorry about that, folks. I am back. That took a little longer than I anticipated, but we're good. Hopefully everybody stayed with me. If you didn't, I totally understand. Anyway, let's see. I have two things. Pamela says she has two things going on. Clothing brand, Mixed Shades at gmail.com, and facility management company. And then there's the thing. So please reach out to Pamela if you'd like to do some clothing stuff. She has some really cool stuff going on. So give her a shout. And then JoJo also has some cool stuff going on. Make sure we give her some love too. So JoJo, if you want to share your information, you're welcome to do so. Please people, give them love. Okay. Oh, there we go. I was wondering when a troll was coming in. And of course, they finally did show themselves. I don't know whether that was on Facebook, which of the Facebooks, but let me look real quick. I just blocked them, but I didn't give me the chance to block them on Facebook, which is kind of interesting. And it's been doing that recently too, so I don't know what's happening with Facebook on that regard. So, yellow, it's not that one. Michelle Prather, your negative energy that you were talking about, that negative energy is someone who is actually very much not aligned with what it is that you want, because what you want is not what they want. And so somebody is putting some negative energy out toward you, some very negative energy out toward you because they are frustrated. Okay. And part of it is envy. Here we go. I've got, finally found the person. She is on my private Facebook. And I will take care of that. So she is done. I apologize for that, folks. She popped in just as I'd popped out. So again, if you see any of the trolls, please let me know. So whoever I was speaking to, Prather. Again, there's a negative energy around you because they what happens is they're kind of stuck and you're not, and they're afraid that, and they know that you have some serious energy around you that is really ready to pop. You're ready to pop and propel, and they're kind of they don't want you to fly because they can't fly with you. You see what I'm saying? And you need to spread your wings. This is a time for you to get out there and spread your wings. So make sure that you do use this as an opportunity to, if you have to, put somebody on pause for a while. Let them, don't end friendships, don't end relationships. There it is, Michelle. Yeah, don't end relationships, don't end friendships, but maybe put them on pause because right now they're just in a really rough spot where they can't elevate themselves. And if they're at such a point, and no matter how much you try to explain to them that by elevating one, you elevate everybody, they're not there in their mind. So give them a chance to come around. So maybe just put them on pause for a while. Okay. But yeah, there's a negative energy. What I want you to do also is I need you to sage yourself and sage your environment. And I need you to get that energy away from you, get it out from you. I also would suggest that you carry a small piece of amethyst with you, or some black obsidian. Black obsidian is a good blocker. Some clear quartz crystal is fine too. But to me, the one thing that helped me clear my mind and keep my energies good has been amethyst. Always, it has been the strongest of all. And you only need a small piece. I mean, it's like I carry a little piece like this with me in my pocket, and often it winds up in the dryer and the washer. You hear the because I have pieces of amethyst everywhere. It doesn't have to be polished. If you get a cheap piece that's not polished, it doesn't matter. And again, size is not the matter. It's having that small piece of I guess amethyst is a stone, maybe, because I would say crystal, but it's not really crystal. It could be a crystal, but it's a stone for sure. Anyway, the point is have it with you, okay? So that's what I'm sending your way. Yeah, that energy is real. That energy in your case is real. All right. Lalima, very soon miss the class. We miss you, Lalima, too, in the class. You always give a wonderful benefit and a different perspective, which I think is wonderful. Hey, Umber Rashid, nice to see you in. I'm good, too. Hope to see you in the class sometime. Welcome in, Umber. It has been a long time for me to see some of you guys, and so because I'd taken off and I had so many things going on, so it's crazy. So it's actually going to be back here. I feel a little bit disconnected because the energy flow is great, and yet I still feel like I'm trying to catch up and remember how to do some of the things I used to do, right? So I'm like, okay, how do I do what, but it's good. But the best part is you all bring some great energy with you, so I cannot complain. Let's see. Who was next? Katie, are you still here? Let me know if you are still here. And then Arkisha, you are here as well. Let me know. And Keisha, again, we're talking about a guy, and I don't like those love readings, but for you, Arkisha, my dear, I will break a rule. Not break it, I'll bend it a little bit because I do from time to time. Arkisha, this is the trust card. Arkisha, this was specifically sent to you. Trust in what is to be the case, okay? So trust what you're feeling. How you feel. What's happening there. This is just playtime for you. This is playtime for you. This is just helping you get through the moment. I think this is Mr. Right now, but not so much Mr. Right. You know the signs. You know what's coming your way. You know how to read them. So trust in the signs that you're getting. But I'm getting that this is more of a short-term distraction and an opportunity for you to kind of get through some things you're going through and have somebody there for you. That's kind of the energy I'm picking up for you, Arkisha. Who was it? Katie, I think. Was that who I mentioned? Are you here? Oh yeah, please don't put birthdays up, anybody. Please do not do that. I don't want to know your birthday. I don't need to know your birthday. Okay, let's not do that. Katie, is that a general or a specific? Was it a general? I think you had mentioned. I think it was. I'm going to give you a general. How's that? No, I like love. I like love in my life, Ms. Bonnie. But calling on Angels 111 is the love goddess, by the way. Make sure that you follow her. Make sure that you connect with her. Make sure that she is on your list. Let me put that caption up, by the way, so you know that QR code. She is the one who, when you want a love reading, she is the goddess of love. She is the goddess of love readings. I don't mind love readings, but I hate when they're forced or when I feel the energy. There's something about them that just seems, I don't know, it's crazy. So. Oh, wow. Okay. It will be 3 years for us next year. So then it's 2 years because it's 2 years versus 3. Yeah. But I'm unfortunately, I just don't get the longevity there. I don't think that the next step that you want, I don't think is coming from him. And that's what I was getting for you. Katie, man, Katie, just keep pushing forward. Katie, please, Kenshin, do not put your birth date out there. That's what we're telling you. Don't put your birth date out there. No one, please give me your birth date. The scammers can use that to your advantage. Please don't do that. To their advantage, not to yours, to their advantage. Anyway, most importantly, Katie, get moving and just move to get something moving, something happening. You don't need to be specific about if you don't have a goal in mind or you don't have a specific determination, whatever, just get moving. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your moment to shine. And again, even if you don't have a purpose, get moving. The universe is bringing you a change. Be prepared, because again, the change the movement you're doing is coming in a time when change is happening to you and around you. And so if you're sitting still, you're gonna be crushed. So get moving. Do something different. Do something to make a change. This is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is saying that movement forward is going to bring you some money. It's going to bring you opportunity. So make sure you're open to it. Make sure you're aware of what's coming, and when you're ready, you can jump on it. Don't let anything pass you by. And there's a King of Cups. This is the King of Change. So be in control of the change. Now you know the change is coming, because we know the change is coming. The movement is getting you jump in front of the change and make sure that you're getting the movement happening in your direction. And then again, the money will follow itself. But again, be that king of change. Be ready for a change. Be ready to be nimble, to be quick, to make the changes when you need them. And therefore, you're not having to be somebody who's always playing catch up. It is not good to be behind the 8 ball. It's best to be in front of it. So make sure that you are ready for that, Katie. Okay. You planted the seeds a long time ago to help make this transition smoothly when it comes, and it is happening. And now the news is coming to you, and you're going to feel a little bit a little bit unprepared. You're going to feel like, I'm not sure how to do this. You've got this. Okay. You've got this. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is saying, you know what? Listen to sage advice. Make sure that you're being cognizant of expenses. Make sure you're being cognizant of what's happening around you. Make sure that you don't waste your energy on things that you can't control. Make sure you're focusing on things that you can, okay? And the ultimate solution is the World card. So again, this is going to work to your advantage. Make sure you ride this wave. Ride this wave. Let's see. Who is next? Let me back here. Don, I'll take a general if you have time. It's been a rough week, tough week. Yes, Miss Pam, I will give you a general reading. Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, don't forget, if you haven't had a chance yet, please check out my new book, The Ultimate Power Within, Unleashing the Magic of Affirmations. It's what's here in the corner of the screen. And it's available on Amazon in ebook, also Audible, as well as softback and hardback. It's available. Go check it out. Remember, it is a way of you reminding yourself that it all starts within you. It all starts within you. And if you create change, if you want to change, you can create change. Okay. Let's see what we get for Miss Pam. Miss Pam. Huh. Okay, Pam. Are you looking at changing work? Are you looking at, is there a new position or something? Because I'm getting this a new job opportunity, new position, or a change in your position. And it seems to be some conflict around it. So are there other people competing for a position, or are other people competing for some energy around you with your job or something? Whatever it is, this is going to be a while. This is not a brief, unfortunately, this is not a brief moment. This is going to take a little bit of time, but this is the perseverance card. So you're going to push through, you're going to be fine. But it's going to take a little while. So know that this what you're going through right now is it may not be looking, but again, a job change is coming. This is the energy I'm getting. A job change is coming. And again, is it a title? Is it a different responsibilities? Is it different roles? I don't know. But whatever it is going to bring about other people wanting the same thing. So I don't know if it's like an increase in pay that comes with it, or whether it's some autonomy or whatever. But there are other people going to want it, and you're gonna rise to the occasion with it, which is wonderful. But again, this is not a short-term process. So unfortunately, right now, what you're going through, Pam, is going to last for a little while. This is not going to be quick and easy. This is going to take its toll for a while. But the Nine of Pentacles is here, so keep listening to Spirit. Spirit's talking to you. It'll guide you through this. It'll help you get through the hard stuff as well as the easy stuff. And you're going to have some really down moments, some very pessimistic moments. You broke your right arm and left thumb this week, not thinking about work. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, I hadn't gotten to health yet. Lord have mercy. Maybe that's why the frustration, but I haven't gotten you to health yet. Lord have mercy. Pam, you hurt your leg and now your arm. What are you doing over there? What is Houston doing to your body? Jeezy whiz. Let's get back to we'll get to health minute, because I'm going to get to the health cards in a minute, because right now I just feel a lot of kind of strange energy around work. Okay, and this is the Knight of Wands. This is that work card, that movement card. So don't be surprised, Pam. I don't know if there's something bubbling at work. And again, it's an opportunity, a good opportunity for you. But it's such a good opportunity for you. Other people want the same opportunity, and they're going to be jockeying for it as you are continuing to just do the work. The funny part, you're not jockeying. That I don't get the energy that you jockey so much. You're just kind of going through the motions. But somebody else is wanting what it is you have, and so just stay on your path, stay on your course, and make sure that you are moving forward. Yeah. Interesting. They are moving me to international. Also, so there is a different opportunity. Yeah, and there's somebody else who people are absolutely. Yeah, makes sense. And yeah, because of what the cards were showing, So yeah, fantastic. Yeah, so just keep doing you. Just keep doing you, because again, you got it because of the work that you put in. Yep, you got it because of the work that you put in, Pam, and in so doing, that's it. Now let's see what's happening with the health here. What's the story with the health? Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, yeah, man. You definitely. Jeez, it was. You're definitely going through a painful time, a physically painful time. It's definitely some issues there, but it's fascinating because I connect that with the healing deck, and Pam, it's like you're not getting out enough. You're not getting out. You're not enjoying life enough, and and it's like it's it's kind of like spirit telling you you need to get out and enjoy life a little more. I don't know if you've been working too much or whether you've just been hibernating in the house or whether you're kind of isolating from people. I don't know, but I'm getting the feeling like you have kind of separated yourself to a degree from people, and the universe is like you need to get out there and play a little more. You need to give yourself a little more time in life and a little bit more time in your private life and a little more time of being connected to people and around people and doing that energy. So I don't know if you've not been spending as much time with family and friends as you used to, and the universe is sending you a sign because it seems like again it's telling you it's time to you got to play, you got to live life fun, you got to do some fun things, and it's interesting because you this is the card the truth and integrity card comes out because it's like you think you convince yourself you're enjoying and you're doing them you're doing some other things outside but that's kind of like you kind of convincing yourself the reality you haven't, and so you need to get out a little more. You need to start getting, even with broken arm and broken fingers and whatever else, you need to get into life a little more. You need to find you need to get into a group or two that is out doing things fun or out doing things that are maybe photography or something that'll get you out of the house and get you around people who are doing and focusing on things, maybe around plants or around animals, maybe taking care of animals or involved with animals or showing love with animals or whatever, different things that maybe a movie group where you get out and you talk about movies you go to see and stuff like that. But yeah, this has been a phase, and unfortunately that's an 8, and you have another 8. You have a double 8. Because the other 8 is that 8 of Cups, which is that journey. So again, the body has been sustaining this some serious injuries for a while. Again, you're taking on some serious injuries continuously, and the King of Coins is here, which is interesting because the King of Coins is like again that I think you're finally coming around to an end to this. But it's kind of like a physical manifestation of some internal issues. And then you have the 9 of Cups here, which I think is fascinating because with the King of Coins and the 9 of Cups, it's telling you that things have, again, you've rounded the corner. Okay, you've rounded the corner. But unfortunately, I think there's one other thing coming along for you. There's a third thing coming in this row of things. So please be cognizant of where you're stepping, of where you're driving, of when you move. Make sure you're being careful with your back. Make sure that you don't do sudden jerk movements. Maybe get to some yoga class, and that'd be a good thing. Again, back to this playfulness and getting out and spending time, because again, there's a third one coming, Pam. And God, I hate to tell you that because Lord knows I don't want to give. It's not bad news. It's just that be cognizant that there's a third thing coming, health wise. And so be cognizant of any potential misstep. So watch where you're walking, pay attention to where you're walking, pay attention to the land in front of you. Um, um, I had notification with a cow and she won, apparently. So make sure that you're paying attention to not putting yourself in risky situations or situations that can do it. Make sure that if you have a dog that runs around your feet or something, that you don't trip, that you're cognizant of that they're not doing that. Make sure that when you are again, anything that could cause a strain to a body part, a muscle or whatever, make sure you're doing things more fluidly, and therefore you're not doing sudden jerky motions that can do that. Because again, there's a third one coming And by being cognizant of that potential, you can either make sure that its impact is far less, or that you are even negating it completely by again taking precautions. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, you got about the next full moon, but between now and the next full moon is a time where things are going to be um, concerning for you in reference to another health situation. There probably will be a third health situation pop up between now and the next full moon. But again, it's what you do with the information. So make sure that you're paying attention to where you walk, how you step. If you're going up and down a step, make sure that you understand, okay, I just put my foot down properly. I didn't turn my ankle sideways, one of those things. Make sure that you are when you're driving and paying attention to what's going on around you. When you are moving, if you have to lift a box, make sure you lift the box from a squatting position and save your back. Make sure your back is not being put at risk. Make sure that you don't do a sudden jerk situation like this and then pull something. Again, pay attention to the movements that you're doing on a daily basis to ensure that you don't put yourself at risk, because between now and the next full moon, there is, again, the third of the triad who's going to pop up. And if you can negate it by making sure that you pay attention to your movements between now and then, you may actually not only not have an issue, but you may have resolved the problem, the conflict itself. What I would also suggest, Pam, to you is get some black obsidian, or like I said earlier, or something else like that, or have some smoky quartz with you. Keep that in your pocket. A little bit in your pocket would be nice. I would sage the house big time, and I'll bring some Palo Santo in. I would be burning Palo Santo at least once a week for a while to bring in some positive energy and get rid of some negative energy. I'd make sure I have the salt on my doorstep. I'd make sure that I'm putting that energy out there as well. Make sure that, and don't wait for the first of the month. Put that salt out there. Keep the negative energy out, because again, there's a chasing third thing. There's a third thing chasing you, and we don't want it to catch up. So make sure that we're putting out all these barriers, all these protection mechanisms that will keep that stuff away. We don't want it. Yes, clear all walkways and staircases. Absolutely, Kay. Yes, indeed. Don't let anything that has always been there that you think, okay, I've always ignored it. These are not the time to ignore it, because again, this is the time where those little things are the things that will trip you up and again put you in a situation. And again, you may trip, and then when you fall, you come down, you may twist your back or something. Again, I'm getting a lot of back energy. I'm getting a lot of focus on the back, and that's why my concern keeps coming back to movements and jerking and that kind of stuff. It's something about the back, and the back or the neck. It's the spine, the alignment. That's where I'm getting. So focus on doing anything that protects your back and your spine. Not until the next full moon, and even after that, pay attention. No, don't let's. I mean, if you're already on top of it, stay on top of it. You know what I mean? So. That's what I'm picking up. So sorry about that, Pam. I wish I could give you better news. So the better news is that we know it. The better news, we foresee it. So now that's the best news, is that now we foresee it. How can we make sure that we do what we can to protect ourselves? So let's make sure we do that, and yeah. I'm going to have to look, Pam, a long time ago, I bought the Tree of Life from you, and I'm going to see if I had it on a position where I love, and it sits there and it's beautiful. And I'm going to see if it's still there, because again, with my dog, she tends to get up on things from time to time, and she likes dangly things. I'm going to see, and if I do have that, I'm going to send that to you. I'm going to put a little charm into it and energy into it. And then I'm going to send that back to you. And I want you to wear that Tree of Life. That's the energy, the essence of life. Okay. Have one at home. Okay. If you do have one at home, I'm going to send you a little incantation, or whatever you want to call it, a little charm, a little ritual to put into that energy, into that, and then wear that Tree of Life for a little while, because that is that energy. That is energy, and you're calling on your family members who have passed. You're calling on all these other folks who can bring you that support. Let that support help you. get that tree of life and then start wearing it, at least put it in your pocket. You don't have to even wear it as a necklace if you don't want. You put it in your pocket, do whatever. To me, I'm being told tree of life. I'm being drawn to the tree of life. And so let's have that tree of life with you. And I will send you either today or tomorrow the ritual that I would suggest that you do with the tree of life. So therefore it gives it more energy, more power. Okay. There you go, Pam. Now I'm beating you up enough. And congratulations on the international side. That's fantastic. Again, there are going to be some petty people, but don't take it personally. Again, they want what you have. They want that exciting opportunity, and you have it, and you worked for it, where they kind of figured they could just shortcut their way into it, and that's why they're frustrated. All righty then. Who is next? You are welcome, my dear. Take care. Please take care, Pam, my dear. Take care. If y'all have never met Pam, most of you haven't, but she is a dear, sweet, wonderful woman. So she's quite a lady. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Myra, my dear, you are next, and you're saying general cards for career. Let's see what we get. Myra, Myra. Lord have mercy. What? Oh, Myra. What's happening? What's happening? There's some folks around you cannot trust. What? Yeah, and the worst part is you know who they are. This is telling me the Knight of Pentacles. So this is telling me you know who they are, and it's about money. These are people who you can't trust your money with, and be cognizant of that. Right now, that's important to you. I know that you asked for a specific reading, but I'm telling you what, right now, you got to be cognizant of people around you and your money, because some people want to relieve you of your money. They want to help to ensure that there's somebody who's coming calling. There's somebody who's coming calling who needs money. They need a favor. They need resources, and make sure that you give them the love and support and encouragement, but don't give them your money. Don't open that bank book. Make sure that bank book stays shut, because guess what? That is money you will not see again. And there are times where you should give money and where you know you should give money, or where you want to give money and you know you'll not get it back. But this is not one of those times. This is one of those times where you did not create this. You can't help it, and you won't change the outcome, nor will you change the continuous outcome, because this person, unfortunately, is known to do this over and over again. So you're not going to change behavior. You're not going to do anything else. And if anything else, you're going to facilitate the continuous behavior, and it's going to put you in a negative spiral, because again, you're going to fall a little bit behind, and then you're going to say, well, what if, and they're going to move on with their life because they've gotten what they needed and they moved on. And your budget is tight enough. You don't need to alter your budget in any way. You don't need to do anything else set aside. So Myra, please, my dear, do me a favor, hold your money tight. And tell people if they come looking for it, sorry, can't help you. Can't help. I don't have it. And that's not a fallacy. It's just the fact is you don't have it for that. If you're going to spend your money and you want to throw it down the tube, go to a gambling casino and gamble. You know, I mean, that's because that's what you're doing here. You're not going to get that money back. You're not going to get it back. And you've been down the road before. You know who I'm talking about. You've been down the road before. You don't need to repeat. Okay. So Myra, do me a favor. Focus on you keeping that money yourself, that you protect yourself, and that when time comes, the word no will do you wonders. It will do you wonders. And do not have guilt. Don't let anybody run the guilt trip on you. That's not what this is about. This is about, again, you've lived your life. They've lived their life. It's time for them to take care of themselves, because mama needs to take care of herself. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Next is Andrea. Andrea, 54 Hector. Will my daughter and I get approved for housing soon before we become homeless? Let's look and see. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Okay. This is telling me, this is the judgment card. So when you get the judgment card, what I want you to understand with this judgment card is that you take into consideration all of the paperwork you need to file. Don't expect anybody to have done something for you in your filings. This is the judgment card. This is like, okay, have you done the work? Have you put the work in? So go back through, make sure your file is complete. Make sure every document that you need to have filed is filed. Make sure that every form is complete. Nothing is left blank. If there's any questions about how you felt something, you need to fill something out, make sure that you get it. This is telling me that there probably is one piece, that when I get this card in this situation, it's like there's one piece of information, one form, something that isn't quite necessarily right. So go back and review everything you've filed, everything you've done, and make sure that you're not missing something, because this is the missing, this is kind of like do your work. This is the judgment card. If you put the work in, it'll come to you, and it will come to you. But this is also usually a warning saying there is one thing that is askew, one thing that's missing. So go back and review the applications that you put in, go back and review the requirements, go back and review the documents that they want to see, and make sure that you've given them everything. I'm getting the feeling that something is missing. There's one piece of the puzzle that that is necessary that has not yet been completed. And so make sure that you go back and do that, okay? And this is the 8 of coins. This is, again, you've done the work. This is the studying. This is go back and study. Go back and study to make sure that you have understood what all is necessary and that you've given everything. But when you do the review, the study, you're going to find, again, I think one thing is missing. There's something missing that you thought was there, okay? The good part, you're going to find it yourself, because this is the Empress card. You're going to find it yourself. So you're creating your good energy. This is the Empress. This is giving life, giving birth, fertility. So this is, again, you finding it yourself, you're fixing it. And in so doing, you've made sure that the judgment is good. All right. So go back and do that. And look at this. This is the 6 of Wands. That's that rise above. So yeah, this is good news. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Okay. Go back. Okay, there you go. But yeah, you're going to find it. You're going to find it. There's one thing missing, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's going to be a form, or it's going to be a piece of information, or it's going to be something that needed to be submitted along with it. Maybe a bank statement. It may be a referral, or it may be something that is going to be key, and you're going to want to make sure. And when you see it, you're going to say, damn, for sure, I thought I had it, or I didn't even see that as a requirement. Make sure you get it. Okay, you're going to be fine, but make sure you find it and not them, because if they find it, then it's going to delay. If you find it, all you've done is help improve your chances. Okay, so great energy there, by the way. Great energy. I'm loving it. Watkins, Cat House. Will my husband leave his mistress or her leave him, and will he try to be a dad again? He's not seen his daughter in 2 years. Watkins, let me remind you, this is Miss Bonnie, because I don't go into that, and I don't even like the energy around those readings. Nothing personal, I promise you. It's everybody when it comes to love readings. Connect to Miss Bonnie. This is Calling on Angels 11111. She may even be watching in here. Reach out to her. It sounds like you need a private reading. She will charge you for a private reading, or if you connect when she's live on Wednesday mornings, you will connect with her, and you will then have a reading. You can get a reading with her if she's drawn to you or whatever. This is the woman for those things, okay? But it sounds like you may need to reach out to her personally. And if you go to her channels, you will find how to reach that. And if Bonnie, if you are still in the chat, can you post your email address, whatever email address you're comfortable with sharing, so where people can reach out to you directly? Again, if she does a private reading for you, there will be a charge. So be prepared to make a payment for that. But again, if you're looking for something about a relationship with a husband or whatever else, then Bonnie is the one to do that. I don't get into the energy. First of all, I'm not getting into his business. For you to ask me about him and what's happening between him and his mistress, it's like you looking into their cell phone and looking at their pictures or looking at who they're calling. I can't do that. Okay, I can't do that. He's not giving me permission to look into his life. So I can't give that to you. Okay. Exactly. Manifest positive energy into it too. No fear or stress. Absolutely. 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 The one thing that and I don't mean Cat House. I mean Watkins Cat House. I know it's more about your kids, and I was going to mention that is when I saw that thing. But as I said, will my husband leave his mistress or leave? When you said that, I totally understand how you couched it around the daughters, but I'm an attorney, as you know. Okay, I'm an attorney, and I have a long experience with dealing with issues of conflict and issues of situations where people say what they think they say, but they tend to give things away from time to time. And one thing is, when you started the comment, if the daughters were first in priority, the daughters would have been the first thing in the statement. Okay, so there is part of you who wants to know what's happening in his life, and part of you wondering if he's going to come back, or whether there's a chance for that, or whether he's happy, and whether, since he walked away and since he messed around, is his life getting a little messed up so you can have a. And I totally get that. It's human. It's a human nature thing, and I'm not casting dispersions. Please don't take it that way. But one thing that really is clear is that, generally speaking, when you start a statement and you start a conversation, usually the first thing you lead with is what's the most strongest on your mind, and the reasoning behind it is then follows. And so, the daughter, oh, I'm mad. Of course, I understand it. I totally get it. And especially when it comes to people, because you mess with my kids, you mess with me. That's not a pretty thing to do. I'm telling you, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy when you mess with my kids. I'm very much not that guy. But at the same time, I will tell you, don't mess with my kids. And now I'm going to come at you. So my kids will be the first part of that statement, and the rest will follow. So do yourself a favor. Let go of the energy around him and his mistress, and around all the other stuff that he did. Let go of that part, because that's not going to help you and your kids. The one thing that you and that energy is really, it'll dog you. It'll wear on you over time. So let that go, and find a way to move forward from that energy. And who cares who he's with and what they're doing and who they're doing. And believe me, when she found him, he found her, she found him, whoever. The point is that if she thinks that she was all that and that it won't happen again to her, it's going to happen to her, because he catted around on you. He's going to cat around on her, and she catted around on him, and he's going to catch her that, and he's going to be pissed too. That's down the road, and that's what I'm seeing, and that's not neither here nor there. That's what happens in life. So they're gonna pay their own fiddler. They'll pay the price. But the most important thing is focus on your children and show them the love and respect. And also remember, mama, the kids are watching. The kids are watching 120%. The kids are watching. And so it's how you behave toward him, and how you behave toward him as their father, not him as your ex, not him as your slut puppy, not him as the sleazebag that did what he did, but him as their father. And when they watch you, not when they hear you talk and oh, he's your dad and he's a great guy and whatever else, or what. No, they're going to watch you, and they're going to see how you behave, and they're going to pick up those social cues. They're going to pick up on those things. And the question to you that I would strongly suggest to ask yourself is, when they are in a situation, in a relationship, a healthy relationship, are they going to remember the baggage that they saw and what they experienced with you, and how you responded to this? And is that what they're going to bring into their relationship? And so are you helping them to grow into strong, independent, powerful women who understand that they don't need a man, they don't need anybody to be their independent, strong self, but it's good to have a person with them. And when they find that right person, they can trust them. Or are they going to learn, oh, I was destroyed because he left me, and he left me completely devastated, and I can't grow and move beyond this. And that, and now I hate him forever, and all men are terrible and whatever. Be careful with the message you send, because I can tell you clearly over and over, no matter how much you tell them one thing, they're going to watch. And I tell this to my friend Angie, who's here, and Angie even said something. I tell this over and over to her when we talk about her son. He got the lesson. He got the lesson from mama. He watched her work hard every day to give him a great life. He watched her not just say, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure my kid is taken care of, but she did it. She did it, and she didn't complain, and she didn't fuss. She got out there and she worked. She put the time in. She put the effort in. And her son graduated from college. I was two associates 2 weeks prior to graduating from high school because he learned to put the hard work in. He learned to put the energy in. He learned by watching. He learned by watching mama, and he did it. And now he's this self-determined, strong young man because he watched and because she taught the lesson, not because she taught, it's because she showed and the kids watch. So be careful. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you're saying because I'm serious. It's what they see. It's what they see, what they experience, that then they will carry into their own lives. And you know, it's amazing how we can have such anger and such frustration to people, but the kids don't need to see that or hear that. Take it behind a private door, have that conversation, do whatever, but make sure that you're always showing that, you know, you appreciate and love the people in your life. Okay. Angie said, Don, you make me cry. Thanks. No, Angie, you should be celebrating, and you should always celebrate the fact that you raised a wonderful young man who, again, watched and learned, and you had the cognizant ability to understand that it was all about showing him in deeds, because that was the important thing. So yeah, anyway. Kay Nielsen, action speaks louder words. Show your girls how strong you are. Absolutely, you know. And Watkins, Cat House. I'm truly. I'm not dogging you. I don't take it that way, and I'm not coming down on you. All I'm saying is be cognizant and careful with the steps that you make now, because these young women, these two young women who have been gifted to you, these women who you will sculpt, who don't have a dad, who haven't had one in 2 years from what you're saying, who doesn't understand that. These two women, they are at a point where they're young. There will be young women soon enough, and then there'll be adult women, and then they'll have to make decisions. And how you help them to understand their role in this new world and the power that a woman finally does have now, and needs to even more. But the point is that as you help them to navigate their way and understand the power that they should be, and that they know that it is about them first and foremost, and that they don't need anyone to be a whole person, but they do eventually hopefully will have a spouse or somebody who will then complement them and be a partner. That is a very healthy thing to do, and to, again, get that message across. But again, if they see the other and they think that, oh, I cannot be complete without a man, I can't be whole without a man, I can't be happy without a man, I can't be, or a woman, or whatever their choices are. I don't even care about their choices. It's not important. But a significant other, if they watch and they feel like, and it's the same thing I tell people, you know, it's like, okay, so I have a boyfriend who's going to jail. I have another one who's in jail, and that's the daddy of my kids. And I'm going to take my kids to visit the dad in jail. And I'm like, aren't you creating a recycle? It's a reciprocal situation. So you're saying, okay, this is what to expect in life. You know, it's like, help change the paradigm, shift the paradigm. Make sure that you are showing them a strong, healthy, wonderful mom who's independent, who can do the things she needs to do. And when she finds somebody down the road, that somebody is going to be a partner to her and not be her crutch, not be her everything. Okay. And in so doing, you will send the right message. And then you'll have these two adult, strong women who won't be looking to mom or a man to fix all their problems, because they'll realize they have always had the ability to fix their own problems, because what? The ultimate power lies within. It's the whole damn book I wrote. It's the essence of the book I wrote. So, oh my gosh. Jojo says, remind family members too. My mom is notorious for making comments about my kid's dad. Yes, family members can be just as debilitating, because, and they do it in a way that they think they're helping the parent who is struggling, but they don't realize it doesn't help, because it goes against what the parent is showing them, that I am strong, I'm fine, we're good, we move on, you know. And you're right, Jojo, that is exactly right. Let me catch up on something, because I've been pontificating. So again, I apologize, Watkins Cat House. Again, I'm not attacking you in any way. I'm just saying, make sure that you send the right message by doing and being. And as you portray to them the person that you want them to see and learn from, that's what they're going to pick up. That's the message. So when you're ready to scream at a phone with him, go in the next room. You know, if you're getting in a frustration and point, you're having a conversation with a family or a friend, family member or a friend, and you want to dog him out, go into another room. Don't let them see that. Don't let them see that he has that much control and power over you and that he can still hit those buttons. No. Be the strong, independent woman. Like, I am fine. I'm moving forward. And you go back into the room and then beat the hell out of the pillow, you know, and cuss the hell out of him in the room, in the silence. Just don't let them see it. Because again, you want them to see, I'm a woman who I own my power. I am my person, and I need no one else to make me whole. I just need somebody who can help me move forward in life when I'm ready. But they don't make me. I make me. And your little women will pick that up. Okay. So good one there. Let's see what else we have here. Making sure I'm just saying, Angie, is so true. Pam says, so true, Angie. What can Cat please? Miss Angie, Bonnie says, Watkins, Cat, please take a breath and try to listen without reacting. Exactly. Super. Well, there you go. I think that's good. I think I've caught up with whatever people are saying. I do. My kids don't see those things. Fantastic. Then you and I are on the same sheet of music, Cat House. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, folks, hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons on such a heavy moment there. But you know what? It's also, if you come into here and let me give you this, anybody, you walk into here and you ask for a reading, you're going to get what you get. I'm going to give it to you. There's sometimes I may sugarcoat it a little bit, but if you need to hear it, you need to hear it. And if you didn't want the information, then don't come in the door. But if you come in the door and you ask for a reading, then you're going to get what you get. And I hope it's good stuff, but I can't guarantee it. I will not give you something that is not true from what I'm getting. If Spirit tells me something, you're going to get it. And I cannot guarantee it's good or bad, but you'll know it's true for me. And so my integrity is the most important thing. I don't live a happy fairy tale life for everybody, and everybody's going to be happily ever after, and you're going to hold hands and sing, lullabies. If that's the case in your life, you will hear it from me. If it's not the case in your life, you will hear that too. So that's one of the things, flip a coin. When you ask a question, be careful what you ask. Okay, and be prepared for the answer. Alrighty then. Let's see. I'm going to do a few more readings while I got you guys here. Noon Zafar, you have totally missed the entire message I just gave, and you have totally missed the whole conversation about Miss Bonnie. Reach out to Miss Bonnie if you want a love reading, because I really don't like doing love readings. And again, I wish you well. Bonnie's on Wednesday mornings. Look back and you'll see the promo code for her. She is there. I'm just trying to find it. Let's see. Oh God, when will I get married? Shreya, when will you get married? When you are ready, my dear. When you are ready. And when you are ready. Oh, good Lord. I love it. You're right, Melanie. You're right, Melanie. You love yourself, and you won't want him back. Absolutely. Let's see. Lord have mercy. Okay. Just making sure I'm catching up. Sorry, folks. I should be reading out these statements that people put. I'm just trying to catch up because I was paying attention to so many other things and talking as usual, and I'm now catching up on what people have said. Man, you guys are chatty out there, and I love it. I love it. Jimmy Johnson, may I please have a read on the career, please? I've been at this job for a while, but things have changed, and it's become stagnant. The funny part, Jimmy, is I got the energy that things haven't became. It's interesting because again, the things that have changed are you. You've changed. you've come into a new energy cycle, and you're like, what else is there for me? What else is out there? You become more inquisitive than you have been in a long time. You have been and at this point, it's interesting because like there's a new spark of energy that's come your way. Andrea, didn't I just answer a question for you? I just answered a question for you about paperwork, if I'm not mistaken. If I totally get the fact that you want a reading, I just gave you one. So, geez, who is? Get your stuff in order, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am wrong, let me know. But I thought for sure that I mentioned about, again, a piece of paper missing or something that's missing and getting it fixed. Back to Jimmy Johnson though. Jimmy, I'm told you have to. I'm told it's interesting. I know you're not happy. Lord knows we're not happy there, and it is getting time for you to move on. The question, the thing, and this is the moving on to another opportunity. But the point is that you need some education. You need to get an education. You need to, Jimmy. Have you gone to a tech school? Have you gone to college? Have you gone to whatever? I'm feeling like a tech school, and I'm getting the feeling of a school that's around heat or air conditioning. I'm getting a feeling of a technical experience for some reason, and electrician. Are you dealing with electricity now? Are you dealing with some kind of job around electricity? Because I'm getting sparks on electricity. This is the magician. Again, this is making magic, and magic is the magic of life and energy and electricity and combination of things. What is it you do right now, Jimmy? Because again, are you looking at changing? I get this feeling like of a tech school, a trade, and a feeling of again either electricity or refrigeration, again, so AC, heat, or electricity. And I'm getting a feeling of you doing that. Also, this is going to be, again, this is putting an end to a frustration, because you're going to be doing something that's going to, this opportunity is going to help you to actually create your own business, which is what this magician is all about. So you're going to parlay this, you're going to work as an apprentice, you're going to work for somebody for a period of time, and then you're going to turn this into a business of your own. And you're going to find yourself into now a position where you are the boss. And look at this. It is new. It's a new career. So it's a new job. And that new job is for that education. So I see you changing careers. I see you getting into a classroom environment, a training environment, where then you learn how to do something specific, a trade, and that trade turns into a business, and you create your own business. And that own business is going to, again, you're going to be very successful with it, because you're a hard worker, Jimmy. You're definitely a hard worker. You are somebody who will kick ass if you have to make it happen. You're even somebody who will sacrifice certain things. You're somebody who is determined. I'm going to do this, and when you set your mind to do it, you'll do it. I love it. And again, it's going to lead you to a new opportunity. So, Jimmy, yes, it is time for you to get moving on that. And look, there's the study card. And plant the seeds, continue to grow the seeds. Make sure you're studying, getting the work done. Okay, make sure that you are getting the knowledge you need, and so forth. Okay. And this is stop planning, stop talking about it, do it. This is the stop the talking, stop the planning. Just get out there and do it. So find yourself something that you want to do, pursue a new career, pursue an education around that career. Again, I'm getting something about technical environment, technical skills, and I'm picking up a lot of electricity and a lot of refrigeration and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's, again, AC or if it's heat, AC related, or electrical, electrician itself. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be definitely going to further my education. Absolutely, I'd be doing it. I wouldn't be thinking about it. I'd be doing it. I'd jump on it right now and start doing it, and make sure that you don't get distracted. Don't allow yourself to be distracted from the education. Make sure that it is priority one, because again, that brings about the change. That brings about flexibility. All right. Hey, Sherry Berry, nice to see you in. Good to see you. Let's see who else. No problem, Catherine. No problem. People, yeah, and it's one of those things. I tend to avoid them unless I do a reading. If I do a general reading for people, or if I'm doing a reading and love pops up, man, that happens often. Then that's good. But I don't try to set out to do the love reading. It's just not my thing. Not my thing. That's Miss Bonnie. Smith, Smita. General reading for my daughter. Cloud Harry Studies. I guess you're just asking about her studies. Is that what you're asking about? Okay. This is for Smita Kadahudre. Studies. Oh, sorry, my dear. The studies aren't going to go so well. Okay. She's distracted. She's distracted with some stuff going around, stuff in the past, and she's not letting it go. She needs, I don't know, but this is another situation. Help her release whatever it is. There's something that is keeping her from focusing completely, which is here. And again, it's something from the past, something that is still dogging her, and she can't seem to let it go. And you know what it is. You have an idea of what it is that's keeping her blocked. And that block has to go, Mama. You need to do something to help her get beyond that. She needs to let go of the past. She needs to let go of that stuff, and this is that moving forward. She cannot move forward until she releases whatever this is that's holding her back. And again, it's like debilitating to her. And so Mama, you need to get to her. You need to have a conversation. You need to have a conversation and say, what can we do to let the past go? Let this stuff go. Because if you want her to be successful in her studies, she's got to be able to focus on her studies, and she is focused. Is it somebody? Is it a relationship that blew up on her? Is it something that didn't come through? Did she want to go some school or something and that didn't have it? No matter what it is, I don't care. Find out what it is and help her to get beyond it, because she will not be successful until she lets go of whatever it is that has her blocked. Okay. And I'm glad you asked, and now you know. So have the conversation and help her through this. Help her move beyond the block. Okay. That's what I'm picking up for her. Thank you, Smita Kaldhari. I think if I said it right. Miko, will I win? My request for my retired benefits, got sick and had to resign. It's a process. You got a process in front of you. This is not going to be an easy yes or no, and this is not going to be quick. You made a bad decision. You made a quicker decision. You made a kind of decision quickly, and that's not going to weigh on your behalf. Yeah, this was you made a rash decision, and now you realize how that hurt you, and it's got you in a bind. Okay. I don't know. You're not going to know for 5 months. It's going to take up to 5 months. This could be weeks, but I don't think so. This is more of a month kind of energy, especially with this long drawn out kind of situation and with this card, because this is that perseverance card. So you got about 5 months to sit around and wait not sit around. You have 5 months to wait to figure out how this is going to go. And unfortunately, it's tipping more to the not than the is, because right now the paperwork is lining up against you. You need to be very active in this situation. You need to be giving them anything and everything they need. You need to be cognizant of what you say. What you say is as equally as important as what you've done. Make sure that you are portraying yourself in the best and most honest light, but also making sure that you're not screwing yourself by giving up too much information. I'd be careful. I would make sure whatever I put is in writing. I wouldn't be talking so much, but I would be putting things in writing, and then I would review my writing. I would have other people review my writing and making sure that what I'm saying isn't going to put me at risk. But I would be paying very much attention to what it is I say and making sure that I'm helping this process move along. Don't wait for it to come upon you. You need to help navigate the waters here. Okay. You need to do that. That's what I'm getting for you. Can I get a general reading? TJ Ward. Yes, TJ Ward, I can give you a general reading. Let's see what we get for TJ Ward. TJ Ward, it's wonderful. Welcome back. You got off your path. You got distracted, you walked away from your path, you walked away from where it is you were headed to, and you finally, whatever happened in your life recently has brought you back to your path. It's made you realize the core to what drives you and the core to what will make you successful. And I like that very much. So again, you're getting back to your path, and congratulations on that. 6 of Wands is here. Look at this. And now you're going to see a sudden whoosh, a sudden of energy that's just going to lift you up, and ride that wave and make sure that you are enjoying every moment of it. Do not let anything come along that will distract you from that navigation as you move forward, and make sure that you can parlay that into something more, because there's a great energy coming to you. And look at this. This has made you stronger. So whatever it is you went through a while, it really got you off your path. It really distracted you, and now you're back on your path, and I'm loving it. Okay. And it's funny because you brought about the change. Nothing else brought the change to you. You brought the change, and I'm loving that. And guess what? The universe is giving you the gift. Again, this gift is going to help you rise above. So because you're back on your path and because you've gained your strength, The universe is giving you a gift, and it's going to help you propel you forward. So take that and enjoy the fact of all that's going to bring you, okay? Let's see. Who else is next? J. Phil, did your you said your mom passed away earlier this year? Did she die from cancer? I'm getting a breathing situation, so it's like, did she have breast cancer or did she have lung cancer? What was happening here? Because it doesn't have, there's something happening here, and so there was like a breathing issue, or did she have COPD? What happened, J. Phil? Does that resonate? Is that what she died from? Because I feel like she had labor breathing, and I feel like she had it was a while. It wasn't a quick thing. She struggled. Also, she wasn't able to bring no cancer, but died suddenly. Yeah, but when was it heart? I mean, again, I'm feeling like she couldn't breathe. She could not breathe. She didn't die. No, I'm not going to argue. I don't. Everybody knows how they. Let me be careful how I put this. Okay. She died suddenly. From our point of view, she died suddenly. She was going through something, and she was having breathing issues. She was having issues. She had signs, and she wasn't sharing them with people. She was having issues, and they finally came through. Exactly. She had trouble breathing. That's my point. Yes. Again, she didn't die. She passed, but the issue wasn't sudden that was coming along. It's just that she was not sharing with people, and people were not paying attention, and that kind of stuff. But the worst part is she left a lot of things open. She left a lot of things that she wasn't ready. She knew what was coming down the pike. She was just not ready to have the conversations, and she did not bring closure. And that is bad heart that we didn't know about. Exactly. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But most importantly, again, she didn't bring closure. And there's a lot of things, and which is why you also are having this conversation with me, because again, you were wanting to get something else. She This is a psychic hit, by the way, folks. This is not a mediumship hit. Let me be clear about this. There are times where an energy will come in and they will stand beside me. And if she was here, I would be very cold right now. I'd be freezing, actually. And she would be talking to me and giving me information. This is when a psychic is different than a medium. All mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums, okay? So you have these psychic abilities. It does not mean you're going to be a medium. But the most important thing is knowing the difference, okay? The energy I picked up from you when I started reading this was, again, based on what you experienced with your mom, and then the psychic hit on that, okay? So let me be clear that even though I am a medium, she's not here. This is not as she came back. This is the information I've been receiving from the energy you gave me. And so know that there needs to be closure. You didn't have the closure. You want closure. She also let that opportunity go by, and she did not give you closure. Your opportunity is coming. She will come back to visit with you. Okay. She does visit with you now from time to time. You are not knowledgeable. You're not open enough. You're not open enough to understanding when she's there. She's very subtle with her presence, but know that she is there. There's something of the shuffling of the feet. She is telling me, and again, this is a psychic hit. So when I say she's telling me, she's not here telling me. The psychic energy that I'm picking up from you is, and you know this because I'm picking it up from you. Is it interesting? There's a shuffling of her feet that you hear in the house. And yet you ignore the sound, and you don't acknowledge the sound is connected to her. Okay. And you needed me to tell you this because you've not acknowledged it to yourself. You don't, for some reason, you don't have the confidence or courage to accept that. But now do me a favor and go back through and process what I'm saying to you. I'm picking up your energy. So she's been visiting with you. You know she's been stopping by. You know that she is there, and you know that she's been talking to you, but you have not acknowledged it, and you've not allowed it to really seep in because you're not ready. And now, because you came to me here today, you are ready, and that's why you came. But know this is that listen for the shuffling of the feet. Okay, listening for the shuffling of the feet because she shuffles the feet when she's around you. That noise lets you know she's there. Okay, listen for the shuffling of the feet because she's there with you when that happens. And then when you hear it, talk to her and have the conversation. But remember, talking is a two-stage process. Ask a question and shut up and listen, feel. When I say listen, I'm not talking only here. I'm talking feel the energy, feel whatever. Don't be surprised if while you're feeling the energy, you may have the ability, like me, to feel their energy as in cold. And all of a sudden, the temperature will drop a little bit. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, what's that? That's her. She's letting you feel that she's there. Okay, so but she has been doing this shuffling of the feet thing, and you've not paid attention to it. You've just kind of poo-pooed it. So be prepared for that. She's talking to you and she wants to bring you closure. She doesn't need me to bring you closure. She will give you the closure because she's already reaching out to you. Okay? So there you go. Sometimes we look for the big signs, but it's when we sit in silence, you will pick up the small things. Absolutely, Jojo. Absolutely. It's amazing how that happens from time to time. Again, and everybody is different. Every spirit's different, and the way in which you connect to them are different. But know that she will bring you closer, and you're looking for signs. The sign's there. I'm telling you, she's shuffling her feet. It's the noise. You'll hear that shuffling, and you're like, oh gosh, now I know what that is. And you've been poo-pooing it. You have not given the attention that it deserved because again, you just weren't there yet. But you are now. You are now. So know that she's there. Okay. And closure is around the corner, and you will actually have a conversation with her. Believe it or not, you will have a conversation. Okay, let's see who else. Anybody else before I pop out of here? Steve, and your relationship, prophetic. Yeah, no, we're not doing relationship. Sorry, thank you. And again, I'm going to take one or two more, and then I'm out of here. So if anybody wants a reading, please pop in now and say, "Hey, I want one." Prophetic, I just said we're not doing a relationship reading, and yours was about Steve and somebody else and whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Sorry. Miko, I just told you. Did you? Miko, go back about 10 minutes. We're now at the 2 hour, 11-minute mark. I'm saying maybe 155, 159. You and I had that conversation, and I told you about what's happening. So, yeah, keep that in mind, please. Yeah, Jojo, card. Absolutely. Jojo, get you a card. Jojo, please tell Ms. Linda and everybody else I said, and Cynthia and everybody else, happy 4th of July. Jojo, woo. Tower card. Change is coming to you, my dear. Change is coming to you. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And you're not going. It's interesting because you're going to see two sides to it. It's not going to be. It's going to be, again, you're gonna see some things fall to the wayside, and you're gonna see some things arise. And so it's going to be a complicated change. Okay, there's going to be some good things and some bad things. The most important thing is thinking of a new way a new way, because this is that Ace of Swords. So that's a new way of thinking, and that's coming from this change, which is nice. So be prepared for that. I'm getting a lot of sevens energy around you. So Jojo, if you do me a favor, when you get off of here, do the angel number 77, because I'm picking up 2 sevens, and that's a lot of energy. And it's interesting because, again, there's some pessimistic energy around you. Don't let it get to you. Come on, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate this change. This is a good thing. So embrace the change. There'll be some negative things coming along with it, but embrace the change and be careful of the 7 sevens, because again, the 7 sevens are a warning. But you are flexible. You can handle change. You've been through change a lot, and you can roll with the punches. And this is what the change is bringing me, is that change card. Okay, so let's embrace the change. Let's roll with it. Let's not get into the negative energy side of it, because again, we can if we spend too much time there, we dwell. Yes, acknowledge that there's some negative sides to it when it happens, but also acknowledge that with the negative comes the positive. Okay, so let's start with the power from within. Yes, another shameless plug for my book. Miss Bonnie, yes, the goddess of love. Miss Goddess of Love, Bonnie, Bonnie, the struggles are coming to an end. You have been going through some stuff and it's been beating you down, and your energy level is so low. I mean, you're on your knees at this point. You're just at a point you're like, damn, enough already. But Bonnie, guess what? A new energy is coming in, a new change is coming in through, a new burst of something is coming through, and that is going to shift things for you, which I love very much. Make sure that you, as the shift comes through, as the energy comes through, make sure you use it to your advantage. Make sure that you jump on top of everything that you can, and make sure you parlay this into something major. Make sure you take this energy and use it to its fullest advantage. And I'm not talking about just getting up and walking and doing things. I'm talking connecting to people, getting out in the world. I'm talking finding new ways to communicate with people. I'm talking new ways to market your services. Folks, Bonnie, which is calling on Angels 111, check her out when it comes to readings. If you want a love reading, pay her the money and get the readings, because you're going to love her readings. They're long, they're exhaustive. She gives you all this information, and she also does some astrology stuff. But the thing is, the love readings, she will give you the answers you're looking for. But you may not like some of the answers you get, but she will be honest with you what you get. But again, Bonnie, this is the energy. I mean, there's a whole lot of positive, good energy around this, and you're coming to things are lining up with you. Again, you're coming back into alignment with the energy is finally going to align with the things you want to do and the way in which you want to move forward. So it's like all these things are going to finally come back into alignment, because right now I get the energy that you want to do so much, but your energy isn't there to help you get those things done. And then you have these little health conflicts that are happening along the way. And all this is finally coming to a head. And so we're looking at another month or two, and you're going to see a shift, by late August, you're going to see a major shift, and the energy is going to change, and things are going to start rolling. And I just see you getting back into a much more positive, more energetic, more aggressive cycle. I do get the word aggressive cycle. I see you taking on and beating up the world and biting it and taking in, say, you know what, I'm biting my share. I'm getting my piece of the pie. I love it. There's a very much new aggressive Bonnie out there that's coming. So I love it. I love it very much. Will I be able to go back to work out again, Sierra? Yes, of course. Yes. And then you ask about Cameron. Please, come on. You'll be able to work out again. Give me a break, Sierra. You'll be able to work out again, okay? Yes, you'll be able to work out again. Look out, world. Absolutely. Let's see who else. One or two more. Yes, True Me. She is definitely in a better place. This is back to the person in JT or whatever it was. Absolutely, she's in a better place. She needed to move on, and she was waiting to have everybody else be prepared. This is the sad part. And again, this is the psychic energy that come from him. This is not a mediumship energy I was picking up, but she was waiting for them to get ready, because she was ready. She needed to go, but they weren't ready to let her go. They weren't ready, and she knew they weren't prepared. And finally, she just said, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. I need to go. And that's the sad, frustrating part, is she couldn't bring closure because they weren't ready and they didn't want to be ready. It's funny, when this person first started talking, they made it sound like it was a sudden death. And then as we talked more, I'm like, no, it wasn't. And there was something else. And then you just said she was in a hospital and then she went to rehab. So it's like, how is it sudden death? And how are you shocked when she was in a hospital and then in rehab? When I'm telling you she had this issue and you're like, no, she wasn't. It was a sudden death. No, you just told me that in the conversation it wasn't. So yeah, she tried getting them ready, and she wanted to go sooner. She needed to go sooner. She was not in that good place, and she was ready to go home. Her contract was over. Her contract was done, and she was ready to go home. And they just weren't prepared enough, and she was hoping that they would. And finally, she's like, nope, I gotta punch the time clock. It's time to go. So know that sometimes we are our worst enemies in that regard. When your family and friends, when they give you the signs that it's time for them to go, make sure you let them know. My dad, when he was in his last days, we told him, whenever you're ready, Dad, you make that judgment call. You know what it is. He's the one that said no more treatment. He's the one that said that I'm not doing a third round of this. I cannot do this. I do not want to do this. This is not how I'm going out. I'm going out on my own terms. And that's what he did. He faced the brain cancer on the third time around by saying, I'm not doing anything extraordinary anymore. I'm going to fulfill my religious tenets, and I'm going to go home to my mother and my father, and I will make a nest for my wife when she comes that way, or whatever that is, and so forth, and his brothers and sisters. And I'm telling you that when he went home, the country music that was playing, because he played country music and he sung country music, and my uncles and cousins and everybody else, they had a big old hoedown up there. And so we all missed the opportunity, so know that, yes, she was ready to go. They weren't ready for her to go, and she finally said, I had to go. I got to go. I can't stay here anymore for them. They need to get their shit together. And that's pretty much what happened. So let's see. Just because it's posted doesn't mean he will read. That's true. Absolutely. Yep. And what that was in reference to is, why isn't he seeing my questions? I posted it 30 minutes ago. Yeah, it's true. I mean, sometimes I don't. I mean, if you saw how many people were popping in here and how many questions I get and how much comments I get, it is not as easy as you think it is. I promise you. And people do get lost in the conversation and in the questions. And I love the game because people will do this. I love that I don't read from YouTube or I don't read from Facebook. If you notice, I read from every angle. I have 5 different platforms going right now. Five. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I got them going on. So I get them from all over the place. So, that I get a little irritated when I read about he's only reading this and he's reading that. You want to get my attention? That doesn't work so well. That does not work so well. The way to get my attention is ask your question and repeat it from time to time and be patient that I'm drawn to you. Okay. And then I read your damn question. And I realize you don't even pay freaking attention, Mr. First Name, Last Name. Because it says question, how was he just able to let me go? Have you not listened? Have you not been listening? As I've told you over and over again, Miss Bonnie is the love goddess. I don't know. I ain't telling you. I'm not getting the ease brain. Considering how you were manipulating the conversation here, I can understand maybe. I don't know. I'm just being sarcastic. I am being mean. Sorry about that. But I had to throw it out there. Oh, my goodness. I guess I better go now before I get myself in trouble some more. Folks, have a great. Wow, this guy is a jerk. I'm out of here. He lost a first-time listener. Well, adios. Good to know you. Good to see you. And I wish you well. But if you would only have been less of a passive-aggressive, you may have gotten far more from me. And you know what? I don't answer to you or anybody else. When you write my paycheck, you pay my rent. I will listen to you more. Okay. Remember, you came into my channel and then you ignored what I've been telling you about relationships and love readings and all those things. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here and enjoy my 4th. And I wish everybody out there a happy 4th as well. And I think I'm most certain I will be back again. Hey, Angels, nice to see you. Oh, yes. Wishing you a happy 4th. You as well, Angels. I appreciate that. And anyway, I'll be back next Wednesday evening with Miss Angie, and next Thursday, I think Angie, or does she travel? I don't know. I'm almost certain she's traveling soon, but I'm not sure if it's this Wednesday or not. We're going to get back to it eventually. I was supposed to be back last night. So again, next Wednesday and then next Thursday back here again. And don't forget the class on Tuesday nights. If you guys want to learn, grow, or experience your gifts, please make sure that you join our free Tuesday night class. Send me an email at this email address, and I'll add you to our list. And then you can come in and join us and get some and grow your skills and your talents. Okay. With that said, we will be gone, or we will be gone. To me, the royal we. I'm out of here, and we'll talk again next week. Have a great one, and do me one more. I will ask one more favor. Make the phone calls. Make this the opportunity to make the phone call, and make sure that the people that you love, the people that you respect, the people you appreciate, the people that are important in your life, make sure they know that. Make sure they know that. You knowing it is good, but they knowing it is so much more important. So do me a favor and make sure you make that phone call. Make sure you let the people who are important in your life know that they are important in your life, and don't leave it to the last moment when you can't then verbalize it or wish you would have. Bring that closure by letting them know now. Let them know now how important they are to you. And in so doing, you're going to help them and you in the long run as well. Okay. So show love, light, and blessings. Also be thankful. Give thanks. Give thanks every day that you wake up. Find 3 things to be thankful for as soon as you wake up, and that'll start your morning off in a great way. And don't forget to always continue to do your affirmations. Please do your affirmations. Okay. With that said, I'm out of here. Love, light, and blessings to you and your family. Again, happy 4th of July. And this time I'm truly